Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in the Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League so far with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland A's selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby featuring MLB superstars Luis Robert, Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours of the show on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Now it's time for the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I did the wind up.
Yeah, I did a whole thing before the thing too. I feel like, we need to evolve it. I think we're trying to evolve it this morning.
Growing. Hello.
If you're watching on YouTube, you know what we're talking about. If you're listening on the radio, you have no idea.
You mastered the hand wave. Now you're experimenting with the art.
That's what you got to do, man.
That's right. Good
It's all
morning.
about evolution.
Welcome in. It is Monday morning. We are here. It is July 10th, and we have Sacramento Kings basketball today.
I know. Not like the real one, but
Wait, it doesn't count?
Well, it counts, just not towards the regular season.
Is this part of the NBA Cup?
No. I can't wait to talk about the NBA Cup. A lot of cup talk today.
Yes, we are. We are
Stanley
going to be
Cup?
talking about cups.
Not that cup?
Nah, NBA Cup greater than Stanley Cup. Calling it now.
Will they travel with the cup
I
when they
think
win?
they
The winner
need
wins.
to.
Yeah.
Right?
Was the trophy identified?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's part of this.
Okay, get this. It's a cup.
It's a cup, and it runneth over, and you can take it with you.
It's a nice cup.
It is.
It's not a super big cup, but it's a good sized cup.
And I think they got something here that we will discuss today.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know exactly how the NBA Cup is gonna stack up to the Larry O.B.
I don't think it has to, but get a little bit of attention. Oh, by the way, sell it.
Sell the cup?
Yeah, they're going to have special games on TV, so they can sell that separately. That'll be a win for the league.
Well, no, this is all a cash grab, but
of course.
we can talk about that later.
Yeah. We can talk about
I mean,
that
pretty
later,
much
sure.
everything in pro sports is not for the good of sports anymore. It's okay, how can we make
How
money
dare
off
you
of this?
think there's money behind all these things?
What new can we invent that we can get sponsored?
And we can, you know what they should do, and I'm surprised they haven't talked about it. Hey, make special uniforms because everybody seems to like these uniforms. Let's have 18 different jerseys and
Oh,
my
Jason.
goodness. Cup jerseys?
I guarantee you within the next 5 seasons, you will be seeing Cup Edition.
What are literally the names of the jerseys?
Okay, so you have the association,
Yeah.
the icon,
Okay.
the statement, and the city.
People work far too hard for this.
I really liked home away alternate.
Yeah, that worked. Just home and away.
Really easy to
And if
identify,
they mixed in
right?
an alternate, then it was like you were a special team.
Whoa!
You got really spicy with a throwback jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
no,
got
I
a
remember
third
when-
uniform.
When throwback jerseys really became a thing, that's when it was oh man, this is cool. I feel like that's where we peaked, was a home away alternate and a throwback every couple years.
Yeah.
That was where we peaked.
Big
this
jersey.
This is perfect.
Are we too far now?
We've gone way too far.
And the fact that they have to change every other year or the city changes every year.
yes.
And tough to keep up.
But of course, and it's I think where we really jumped the shark on jerseys, so to speak, is when they came with an explanation.
Yeah.
The thread on the side stands for the way that the team has threaded the city through 40 years of such
Yeah.
and such.
And they literally do have focus groups and people that
Yes.
work on it. I remember it was in Vegas, which will be there following today's show. But in Vegas, one of the days, and some people with the Kings said, hey, we'll give you kind of a sneak peek at what we're looking at for the, keep this quiet. And so I remember going through, I'm like, yeah, cool. like, yeah, but what do you think about this is a tie from the bridge to the city to I'm like, I basically look at them and go, cool or not.
Yeah.
And for you to think, I remember there was Milwaukee. This represents the rivers and the forests and the deers, and like the green and white looks good together.
Do you think anybody in history has bought a jersey and when asked why, like, oh, so you like the new ones?
If they look good.
Really? I bought it because the river part of it. I'm a big river person.
Just the blue accentuates the river that I like to spend a lot of time with when I'm not at Bucks games.
Do you think that anyone has ever answered in that way?
No. But someone thought of it and that they're crafted that. And like, just put color palettes that look good
exactly.
with a nice font. Kings, go.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They don't even have to match colors.
Exactly. Mix and match. Throw it up on the wall.
All of us that saw the jerseys come out last week, like, we could identify why they are the way they are without needing, like, a novel.
Well, if you need a novel, then it's too much. Like, just.
It's like a joke, right? If you have to explain it, it's not funny.
Right.
If you need to explain the uniform, then it's not cool.
Right. Don't waste the time.
Pretty
Don't
much.
Waste the time. So cup jerseys are coming. That's our early I predict.
Yes.
Our first I predicted 606. Maybe too early.
Do we get the cup tab on the back to like
might as well, right?
Tab?
Might as well, because they want it to become an even bigger thing than it.
Sure.
It's just starting year one. You got to figure all out if it's cool or not. But
are we parading for cup victories?
Oh man, in our town we will.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
This is Sacramento.
Okay, this is a legit one. Do you raise a banner for winning the cup?
At some point, these are going to become significant, right? Or not, or just another.
Well, I feel like if you're trying to make it significant. Is it significant if we're not putting a banner up?
Where's the Summer League banner?
It's still in storage. It's downstairs, yeah.
Should be
prominent.
I'm not going to police putting up banners. If you want to put up division titles, Summer League, NBA Cup, I think it's fine.
Bigger banner, Summer League banner for the Kings or Pacific Division Championship?
Pacific.
Okay.
They're 2-time Summer League champions.
Yeah.
3-time Pacific Division champion.
Yeah.
5 titles in 40 years.
Of all things, I know when the Lakers used to make fun of the Kings putting up the Pacific Division, but this year actually significant when all 5 teams made it and they won the Pacific.
It's like you should put at the banner, then put at the very bottom. This one is better than the others. Yes. Everyone was good this year.
Weighing out the Pacific Division banners.
Put actually the standings on it.
Why not?
What if we put the Summer League titles in the practice facility and then the Pacific Division banners at Golden One Center?
I know that's not like the worst idea in the world. I've always been if you're
like the garage versus the house.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If you're gonna do any sort of division or conference title, I don't necessarily have an issue with it. They just all need to be on one banner. Like, you don't need separate banners.
Okay,
like Pacific Division champions and just list the years.
But NBA championships, that needs
its own thing.
That needs its own house.
Yeah, but divisions or conference titles, it's like, dude, just one banner, list the years you want it. Like that, there's nothing wrong with that.
I remember one of those Vucevic years, Orlando hung a banner for finishing 7th place, but they technically won their division.
Oh, okay. I was like, why'd they put it for 7th, but they won the division? Okay. There's always a division like that.
Yeah, and that just illustrates why division titles are stupid.
Yeah. Hey,
you could be 7th. You could be the 7th best team in your conference, but hey, we won a quote unquote title.
Got to take all the titles you can get. We got
to. You?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Don't be the fun police.
That's
I'm
right.
not being the fun police. I'm just, being the fun parent. Like, you got to question these things and make your kids think about them. Critical thinking skills. You want to activate those.
How's that work for Isaiah?
Not great yet.
Yeah.
No.
Working on him.
Working.
Yeah.
Big work in progress.
What was it I saw that you posted this weekend? Oh, you showed a movie that was successful. Was that what it was?
So here's what
was the movie selection?
It was whatever the latest Jurassic Park movie was.
Okay.
It was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Let's throw this on dinosaurs eating people. He'll love it. Yeah. He did. It's just that's all you need.
Yeah.
He's not really into the storyline. It's
not a great story.
It wasn't the worst thing ever. But yeah, like I've never been a big Jurassic Park guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really found him to be that intriguing. I mean, I watched the original one as a kid like everyone else.
Yeah.
And this is the last. I haven't seen any since that one.
This is the one that came out, was it like a year
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it tied in all the old characters. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I always say the successful movie night is how high does he bounce on the couch? Because when
he was getting air.
When there are scenes he's into, like, dude, my kid he goes to the edge of the couch and he just starts bouncing.
He was bouncing off his knees.
Yeah, no, he's a knee bouncer.
Okay.
Don't ask me how it works, but he does it.
He's figured it out.
Yeah, he got some serious air this weekend, so that's how I know it's a successful movie night.
So you picked the movie, or did he?
He picked the movie, and I okayed the movie.
You approved it, yeah. Has there been a movie that he's picked that you haven't okayed okayed because why don't you okay it? Not approvable, or you don't want to see it as well?
So a little bit of both. Some of it, I'm like, no, you're just too young. The content's not for you. Or secondly, I'm just like, I am definitely not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then third, it'll be somewhere, like I said, kind of both, where it's like, I really don't want to watch this, and I know you're going to get bored. It's too long, and there's too much dialogue. So I usually pick something that has action.
That pleases you both.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like Pixar,
Sure.
DreamWorks movies and stuff. Those
Can't go wrong with those.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to like live stuff, no, that's where I really have to bring the filter out.
Yeah. Everything else good for the weekend?
Yeah. How was yours?
It was good. Yeah, getting ready, heading to Vegas today. So we're leaving. I know isn't going to get really warm here. I know Vegas is just absurd.
By the weekend, it's supposed to be like between 104 and 109.
Okay. I saw
which
nothing
is
but
stupid.
closer to like 110, 111, 113 while I'm there. It's going to be hot. But the thing about Vegas is you're either in that or it's like 70 because everyone has the AC on.
Yeah, no.
It's the extreme of just
you
absurdity.
I feel like you get sick going to Vegas with the extreme temperature changes. Yeah. But like yesterday was like, I feel like the most perfect day we had all year.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it wasn't cold, but like it was a little bit windy at night, at the evening. I'm like, this is really nice. It was fantastic.
Dude, I
yesterday.
had screen door open all day. All day.
Feeling.
Just bringing in the cool air into the house, the fresh air. Oh, it was great. Went out on like a 90-minute walk around my neighborhood. Just, I mean,
we're July 10th. Yesterday, July 9th. It's middle of summer now.
Yeah, no, but it's like real July weather starts today.
Yeah.
Like we're back to 90 and again, getting up to those 100-degree days. I'm like, we're here. We've made it.
Heating up for the Kings.
Yes. The 3-0 Summer League Kings.
I like how you're counting the California Classic.
Yeah,
when you
Kyle
haven't lost,
does
you
that
put
too.
them all. You put them all in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You won the California Classic.
That should count in the Kings standings in Vegas.
I agree.
The other teams were afraid to come out here.
I agree.
And they're now 3-0.
Yeah. Sorry.
And with Keegan, without Keegan.
Play ball, bro. Keegan's great.
Well, you better say we don't need Keegan.
We don't. Not in Summer League. I mean, that's how deep the roster is.
Yeah. Mr. 41, we don't need Keegan Murray.
We don't need him. We want Keegan.
Yes, we do.
But we don't need him because we do have one of the deepest rosters in Summer League history.
History.
We were winning Summer League championships before you, Keegan.
Dude,
that's right.
Seriously.
Is this the best Summer League roster the Sacramento Kings, the two-time champions, have ever had?
4 hours of that today.
Yes, that is what's coming up. You wanted to know what's coming up? That is what's coming up. He's JayMarrz. I'm Jason Ross. Kyle Ledbetter is here. Carmichael Dave is not at the Home Run Derby, but he's in Seattle. Why on earth go to Seattle without going to the Home Run Derby? Anybody know?
You're Dave.
Is he trying to find a quicker way to get to England?
Probably.
Yeah. I'm confused.
Or is trying to find like a good hot dog or something.
Probably. Well, he is off this week. We got you covered. Stick with us here. Check us out on our YouTube page as well. I would look at it, but here's what my screen looks like.
Oh.
I had trouble with technology today.
Oh.
For those on radio, it's a black screen.
Yeah. And for those on YouTube, it's a black screen.
Of death. Like your
Oh, wait. I have another one. It's a black screen. And I pulled up my computer. Black screen. Jay's
working fine.
Jay's figured out this power and electricity and combination of, well, how did you get on there? What do you do? Are you surfing the web?
I am. There's a nice picture of Rob Manfred right in front of me.
Oh,
I've got 8 screens back here if you want to borrow one.
Are they all on?
7 of them are on, but I can turn the 8th one
I'll
on.
use the 8th one. The one that's not on. All right, we will break. We've got much to get to, including leading off coming your way next.
Sactown Sports is your source for the 49ers.
Oh, it was all.
Did that leave a bitter taste in your mouth?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me and Kyle had a long meeting the other day. We watched tape. We talked about it. We put it behind us, and just going through the tape and just look how sluggish and like how bad it looked on tape. Like I said, just reflecting on last offseason, it kind of played a big role in that. And I never put nothing like that back on tape again.
Tune into Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest 49ers offseason developments.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and, and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Steps through. 4-point game. Busted shot. Count, but does not go in. And Sacramento hangs on to win it 80-76.
Hangs on to win it. Dominant performance.
They
how I looked at it.
They wanted to make it a game. It's in Vegas.
Yeah, they were like, hey, look, we saw the spread. Let's make Vegas a little bit scared here. People that put money on this. Come on.
Hang on.
Dominant performance over the, they call themselves the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young did nothing in that game.
0. Like, literally, look at the box score.
Yeah.
You can't even find him.
That backcourt, DeJounte Murray, I didn't see him have any impact.
DeJounte Murray, imagine this. It's Summer League. Games on the line. You're doing interviews on the side about your new contract extension.
He doesn't
0.
want it. I thought Quinn Snyder would make a difference. He clearly hasn't.
Nope.
Kings beat the Hawks Summer League in game 1, and tonight they're back at it.
Is it because they're missing John Collins now?
The trade, I think, we know who won.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yep.
Utah won that trade.
Easily.
So the Kings group played without Keegan, did some good things. There's some, again, I think when you're in the Summer League, you are trying to, one, see if you've got something else, see what else can contribute to your roster. There are some guys that likely will be in the mix, like Colby Jones, but guys like Neemias Queta trying to make his impact, and some other guys trying to either impress the Kings, impress other teams around the league. And while you're out there competing, go for it and win. And the Kings did take care of the Hawks tonight. They're back at it against the Clippers.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because I remember the last couple seasons, this has been a focus, it seems like, of the broadcast, is just how good the Kings defense and how good their conditioning is for Summer League.
Intensity and all that.
And that's all you heard during the broadcast. God, wow, man, the Kings are really playing defense.
This game's intense.
Look at the Hawks, like they're gassed, and the Kings, they're not in great shape, but man, they're in so much better shape than the Hawks.
And it seems like every time whoever's coaching the Kings, whether it's Jordy Fernandez during the, fill-in time, Mike Brown during the season, Luke Laux is the coach now, everybody who ends up talking to them, the coaches say they can't play fast enough. They just pace. They want to play fast. I mean, this is now the Kings, when people talk about their identity, this is what they want to be as a team.
Yes.
That competes on the defensive end, but plays with pace and just really moves it on offense.
Yeah, and I think 2 nice signs from that game, especially coming off the California Classic, where Kessler Edwards looked way better. And then Neemias Queta looked way better, too.
Yeah. Jordan Ford.
Ford. I mean, are we there yet with Jordan Ford?
Well, look, I don't want to be like, hey, this guy looks great in Summer League. He needs to make the team, but with some of the moves they made, like releasing PJ Dozier, there literally is another spot to be had. 2 spots.
2, and didn't they expand, if I'm not mistaken, 3
3
two-way contracts?
Yeah.
And they still have 1 two-way left.
Correct. So,
that's where I was looking more like, okay, is Jordan Ford a potential two-way guy?
Yeah, he's a guy that's familiar with the organization, familiar with the community. He's played well. And when he's off the floor, it's harder for the offense to function. So Kings and Clippers tonight from Vegas. We'll have more on that. Let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Rob Manfred, who takes the stage for the first time tonight.
Good evening. On behalf of Major League Baseball, welcome to the 2023 draft.
Why would they boo Rob Manfred?
I don't know. I was trying to think. Has Rob Manfred done or said anything in his tenure that might warrant a boo?
I mean, that's a position of respect.
Right.
It's the commissioner of baseball.
Yes.
It's
unbelievable. What a terrible crowd in Seattle.
Rob, I'm always the don't boo guy. I think I would have been in that booing.
No, Rob Manfred, if there is any commissioner in sports right now that deserves to be booed, I think, to me at least, he's at the top.
I think for the most, you're right. And I think for the most part, people seem to like Adam Silver. I can't remember. Did he get booed at the draft? Like Stern used to, but he would milk it. He's like, come on.
But Stern almost like you said, he milked it like.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Like people booed Stern because they knew they were going to boo Stern.
Yeah.
Like,
and then Silver would get the second round and get cheers.
Yes.
Now it's Mark
Tatum
that gets the second round.
Yeah, Goodell gets booed, obviously,
Yeah.
but I don't think because Goodell's not human, he's more robot. I don't think it bothers him at
A
all.
few years ago, he started playing into it. He's like, come on, I need it.
They rewired him, and they're like, okay, let's
Like, so
booze.
Goodell gets it, but then like Manfred, I think it genuinely bothers him.
Maybe he was like, they really love me here.
Yeah.
Does Rob not know? Does he not get it like he doesn't get most things?
Yeah, whereas like I said, they boo Goodell because it's fun. They boo David Stern because it's fun. They boo Rob Manfred because they hate him.
Yeah. Understandably so.
I was telling you, sorry, real quick. Kyle, I don't know if you saw this when the Astros made their pick. Obviously, like the crowd is booing Houston. And like Rob Manfred's looking out at the crowd like a dad looks at his child who just said something wrong. And just with that like disappointed, like, really, guys, you're going to say that?
Now?
Look on his face. Go, now? And I'm like, dude, you just don't get it, do you?
Never
like,
has.
you just really don't at all. Like, sometimes I think he would say stupid things like almost out of a gimmick, but I'm like, no, you're just a moron.
He's bad at his job, isn't he?
Yes.
Literally, the only clip I saw from the draft was him getting the name of the school wrong on the Oakland A's pick.
Well, tonight, he just get out of the way for the home run derby because this is one of things that baseball does well, very well. And it's not to Rob's credit by any means. Seattle takes center stage for the home run derby. It's a good field.
Great field.
It's a really good field for the 8 teams, the 8 guys they have there. And
go Mookie.
And you can root for Mookie Betts.
Yes.
First time his wife talked him into competing.
And I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like the home run derby is kind of the equivalent of the slam dunk contest, sort of. The pizzazz.
The flair of it, but I feel
flair.
like
Thank you. That's
feel
where
like
I was
it's
going.
more 3-point contest.
I was going more flair though, right?
Yeah, because it's like, the dunk champion, the home run derby champion. Yeah.
It's like you want to see the stars in it. And
Yes.
baseball got it right this year. They have 8 stars in it. I love this field. This is going to be must-watch TV tonight.
Yeah, I think it is entertaining. They move it along. You're impressed by someone hitting baseball 480 feet. You can see the conditioning, the pitching. The pitching is important. Just all of it. There's enough storytelling in between. It is a good watch. It's a good watch. And I've never been to one. I think it would be a good one in attendance.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of those events. I've always said I'd rather go to Home Run Derby or All-Star Saturday than the actual All-Star games themselves.
Yeah.
We'll save this for later, but would recommend. I've been to 2 home run derbies.
Oh, you have?
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you been in the outfield?
Sort of. It was foul, but not in the actual outfield.
In range enough to get a ball?
Possibly.
Sort of.
If I had run across the concourse, I could have got one, but I didn't do that.
You didn't?
No, not quite.
We will have more on that. We got to figure out what happened there. All right. Last cut in leading off.
Cut number 3.
Well, of course, we're here today to announce our very first ever NBA in-season tournament.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, the NBA Cup.
That's right.
We will get into this later in the show, but the league has been, it feels like this has been Silver's baby, but the league office for more than 10 years has wanted some form of in-season cup. They've created one. We'll kind of give you the details, but hey, look, it's something they're trying. It sounds clearer than when it was explained to us at the broadcast meetings. I went, I can follow these things pretty well, but you're losing me. Yeah, I'm gone. I don't know what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I understand it. I think it'll be something that the league is pushing for that, year one, I bet it gets tweaked over a couple of years and then it'll be refined and hopefully it's more beloved as it goes along.
Yeah. Hopefully it's super important for teams in November.
Yeah.
To go out there.
November basketball.
Yeah. November basketball. That's NBA Cup basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
People are like, yeah, this is good. It's smart to have this done because, the season really starts at the halfway point at around Christmas. I'm like, Christmas is like 20-something games in.
Oh, no.
And this is even earlier than that.
It's cup time, baby.
It's cup. It's opening, season opener, and then we're into the cup.
Listen, you're not ready to go on opening night. That cup is going to elude you.
No load management for the cup.
No, it was funny. There's going to be so much load management for the cup.
We'll discuss.
So many teams are like, we're not trying to go to Vegas in December.
Come on. We got to discuss the merits of this. When we come back, though, safe or out? That is next on Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday, comfortable start to the day, and temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. Expect bright sunshine with highs in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Imagine taking a nice warm bath in your shower. Let us fix that. Right now, get that clogged drain unclogged for just $97. Bonnie, plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Sammy Hagar in the Circle. Friday, July 14th, the Lake Tahoe Outdoor Arena at Harvey's. The party you don't want to miss. Sammy Hagar. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and 8concerts.com. Don't miss Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
School on! Sing on!
Sounds like it's back to school time, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for school. Save on markers and crayons. Save on notebooks and folders. And right now at Staples, save big on tech with up to $250 off select computers. Staples, where savings for school are always in session. N729, in-store only. See associate for details.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. And why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relief, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second Las Vegas Summer League game tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in the Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night. The Oakland Athletics selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th pick in the draft.
Of the 2023 MLB draft, the Oakland Athletics select Jacob Wilson, a shortstop from Grand Union University.
Meanwhile, the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. If you miss any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Those are your headlines. It's time for some Safe or Out on a Monday.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's Safe or Out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Once again, Carmichael Dave off this week. He's back next week. JayMarrz in. Kyle Ledbetter is here as well. I'm Jason Ross. It is time for Safe or Out. Kyle, what do you have for us on number 1?
Safe or out?
Of all the accomplishments of the first half of the Major League Baseball season, Reds phenom Elly De La Cruz stole 2nd, 3rd, and home in the same inning yesterday. Is that the best one, safe or out?
I'm going to go out, even though it's incredible. I mean, I think if you think of the entire... We had a perfect game. You go, meh? It was the Yankees. Come on.
Yankees fan Jason Ross.
He did it against the AAA teams.
This should be called the AAAs. Right?
Why are we just now?
I don't know. You said it, and then it just like...
How many losses
was chasing the cheese in there?
How many losses qualifies them as AA?
Rookie ball.
I was going to say, because they're technically the single A's right now.
They are just one. There's just one A, single A. And then, I think we are honestly taking this for granted, what Shohei Ohtani is doing every single day. But I have such a man crush on Elly De La Cruz.
Yep.
It's hard for me to say it's not, but I guess I'm just using this was the most latest thing. It happened it was Saturday? Friday? It was Saturday. Just amazing. But I think the totality of other things that have happened, I'm just going to say no.
I'm going to go safe.
Okay.
Here's why.
He was safe at 2nd and 3rd and at home.
You can remember how many perfect games can you remember?
A couple.
At
3.
least. Right? You got, for you, the most latest one with, is it Hermain or Jermaine?
Herman.
See. You remember David Cohn.
I do.
Remember David Wells.
Yeah.
I remember Dallas Braden, which was awesome. Yeah. We had, Matt Cain. Like, these are all memorable things we can remember. Yeah. When was the last time you remember a guy in the same 2nd, 3rd, and home?
Same batter.
I mean, he didn't steal first.
He could have.
Yeah.
He literally could have. When was the last time you remember that happening?
Saturday.
Okay, before that.
Another time.
Right, exactly. That's to me what makes it more amazing.
Jackie Robinson.
That's just something you don't see.
Didn't Ricky do it? Actually, stealing home. I just love people with steal home.
Yeah, stealing home is like one of the most exciting plays in all of baseball, if not the most exciting. But yeah, to do that, and with ease, by the way, that to me was just, I was like, wow.
He's a freak.
He is a freak, and I think he's a sustainable freak.
I like it. I like what we're seeing.
I was telling Kyle this, I don't think this is circa Yasiel Puig 2012. Like, he's not going to come in and just be a hot shot for 6 months, and then people figure him out, and he, goes away. I think Elly De La Cruz is one of the next superstars of the game, and I think baseball will obviously market him super well and bring in, casual fans to watch him.
Where's Puig these days? Is he fighting Bumgarner somewhere?
I think Puig has a lot of legal troubles these days. Puig is not in baseball.
He went to Korea for a minute. But
yeah. I think he was decent in the KBO, wasn't he?
I don't believe so, but I'm not sure.
I didn't get him in my KBO.
I'll look up his KBO
draft.
stats.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Safe or Out number 2.
Safe or out?
So at the All-Star break, the highest payroll team to lead a division is not the number 1 team, the Mets. Not number 2, the Yankees. Sorry, Jason. Not number 3, San Diego. Sorry, me.
Yeah.
Not number 5, Dodgers. Sorry, JayMarrz.
Wow.
Not number 6, Angels. Not number 7, Toronto Blue Jays. It's the number 8, Atlanta Braves.
All right, Braves.
Safe or out, this is good for baseball.
This is 100% safe. This is good for baseball because the teams that Kyle just mentioned are all spending money, and in the offseason, like, wow, the Padres added this. Look what the Mets are doing. The Yankees did this, Dodgers. And then you play it, and it doesn't matter if they're the top, that it's still that's probably worse for baseball. The fact that these other teams are succeeding and thriving, and the Reds are leading the division. You got other teams up there that aren't spending this kind of money. So you get the offseason attention, regular season, it's someone else. This is great for baseball.
Yeah, it's 100% out. Let me tell you
what.
Yeah.
What, because your Dodgers are failing miserably?
No, it has nothing to do with the
I think it
Dodgers.
does.
And they're not failing miserably.
What place
they're
are they
doing actually better than they're supposed to do.
Good job, Dodge. What do you mean they spend every dollar? All of LA's money.
No, they do not spend every dollar. They actually cut payroll this year because they spend every dollar next year when Shohei's a free agent.
Okay.
Because San Diego beat them.
Yeah, shut up, Kyle. That's not why. It's out because baseball will then use this to basically say yeah, what do you mean we don't have payroll issues around the league? Look at all these teams that compete and don't spend the most money. And it's when you look at a team like Cincinnati or a team like Tampa, it's yeah, it's great in a vacuum, but long term, Baltimore is the same way. They're not going to be able to hold on to all of these guys.
I know, but isn't that fun to see Ellie De La Cruz as a Yankee?
It's not. Don't you want to see Ellie De La Cruz play his entire 18-year career? I've already pinned him for that.
You just tried to pilfer Shohei away from the Angels.
I did not try to say that.
You're going to spend the money to get him.
I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying it's right, except when it's the Angels. It's always right to take talent away from them, so talent has a chance to be seen and
But they're loaded with talent, so they can finish 3 games below 500.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, they're going to improve that much, huh?
I know, right?
This is out. Baseball needs to get a hold of this type of crap.
Jay hates money.
No, I just don't have any.
Number 3.
Safe or out?
If the playoffs started today, the San Francisco Giants would be the 6th NL playoff team.
Way to go. Yeah. Not 7th, not 5th, but 6th.
Yeah, the last one. Safe or out, the Giants will be in the postseason at season's end.
I'm leaning out because that's where I felt on this team the whole season. They've surprised me. I know they limped into the All-Star break a little bit here, but I thought they were going to be a 500 team. That's kind of what they look like to me, but they've won more than I thought they would. But I think someone else catches them. Someone else will. They're just not a great team. They're not great at anything, but they find ways to win. But I'm going to say they're going to miss out.
Jason Ross, It's a play at the plate. He is safe. I told you and Dave this before the year started. This roster has the makeup of a team that's either at or a little above 500. And all you got to do is go a few games above 500 to be a 6th seed in baseball.
Here come the Mets.
Safe. No.
Here come the Padres.
No. Well, maybe.
No.
We're not good.
There you go. He says no. I say no on the Mets. I thought the Giants had a roster that would you're probably going to squeak in there. And I think they'll do just enough at the trade deadline to make it into the 6th seed. So congratulations to Farhan Zaidi and the 6th seed San Francisco Giants. Safe.
It's an odd year, but we're in the 2020s. Does that mean they win?
I didn't even think of it that way because 21, remember that amazing year they had. 23, here comes the postseason.
Plus, the 6th seed went to the World Series last year with the Phillies.
And the Giants, every year they won the World Series, they were
fringe wild card.
Exactly.
Get hot pitching.
Yes.
Joe Random, bench player, gets the big hit.
2 of them were named Joe.
And their last name was Random. Yeah.
They're the Randoms.
Yes.
Twin brothers.
We get the Randoms and the AAAs.
Yes.
Our local teams.
Wouldn't it be great if the Phillies, who spent all that money on payroll, miss out on the playoffs by a half game against, or 1 game against the Giants?
100% would be amazing.
That would be great. Because the Mets are clearly not going to make the playoffs. San Diego, they're getting hot now, but they're not going to make the playoffs. It'd be funny if Philadelphia is the marker.
Are those the 3 highest payroll teams in the NL?
The 3
Mets,
highest
Phillies.
payroll teams are
Dodgers
Mets,
too.
Padres, Phillies, Dodgers.
Okay. and the Braves the one in there at 8. The Braves have like all these all-stars.
Braves are really good.
They are best record in baseball, right?
Yes.
After the Rays kind of collapsed there for a little bit.
The good news for the Giants, there's only like 2.5 good teams in the National League this year.
2.5.
Who's the half?
That's Arizona.
Wow.
Not sold on Arizona, but they have my respect.
The respect.
That makes no sense.
I mean, like, it's just weird to say, hey, Arizona could go to the World Series. That just sounds crazy in my head.
Why? They've literally won one.
No, I mean, like,
Too soon for me on that one.
I mean, this Arizona team, like, they were supposed to finish last in the division.
Which I never understood because Colorado's
always
horrible.
Yeah, always horrible. All right, that is safe or out. When we come back, Victor Wembanyama. We've seen him. He's now played a couple of games, looked much better yesterday. But a lot of hype. Does it all back it up? We will have that and more next on Sactown Sports.
The Kings are running it back.
Hammers it off the dribble against Gobert, and he was fouled. Oh, my, what a take that time by Domantas Sabonis. It leads Gobert. That's strong. Two-hand flush off the dribble, thrown down by Trey Lyles.
And welcoming some new faces.
Yes. Toby Jones with 2 more.
Now they go to Duarte in the corner for 3, and he rains it down.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Are you ready for an incredible pre-owned blowout at Elk Grove Kia? Elk Grove Kia has got you covered with over 300 used cars, SUVs, vans, and trucks available. Every single one of our vehicles has gone through an extensive 150-point inspection, so you can buy with complete confidence. We stand by our cars and offer a bring-it-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, simply return it. Worried about your credit? Don't be. At Elk Grove Kia, we have 100 years of combined experience in helping our customers get the best financing options available. Charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, no problem. Our team specializes in finding solutions for every credit situation. But before you even step foot in our dealership, let us show you what we can do for you. Give us a call or visit our website, and our dedicated team will work with you to find the perfect vehicle and the best financing options. Elk Grove Kia is your destination for incredible pre-owned deals. Visit us today at Elk Grove Kia or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smile way. Elk Grove Kia.
Hold up, you're using Swiffer Power Mop? What would Mom say?
Oh, she'd be like, a mopping bucket is the only way to deep clean your floors. And I'd be like, Mom, this is the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one that gets you a mop and bucket clean in half the time.
She'd never believe you.
I'd say, look, the solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket. And the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get into grout lines. That's why you're the smart one.
Really?
What? Mom said it.
The new Swiffer Power Mop. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, a $1 million hole-in-one contest, a celebrity draft party, and a concert on July 13th and 14th in Rancho Murrieta. The Gold Rush Classic Stars and Guitars concert is Friday, July 14th, featuring Atlanta Rhythm Section and Skin and Leonard. Enjoy the smooth southern sounds of Atlanta Rhythm Section with their award-winning hits. Spooky, So Into You, Champagne Jam, Imaginary Lover, and more. 2 bands, one great night of Southern rock the way you remember. Enjoy an evening of Southern rock under the stars, lakeside at Rancho Murrieta's beautiful amphitheater. Tickets are available through goldrushclassic.org or through Eventbrite. Atlanta Rhythm Section, Friday, July 14th in Rancho Murrieta. For tickets or sponsorship information, go to goldrushclassic.org. Sponsored by Mainstage and Planned Solutions.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? you need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
The Kings are in Las Vegas, getting ready for Summer League game number 2 tonight, where they take on the Clippers. Jay, you've been to basically a lot of basketball games. You've not been to Vegas for Summer League, have you?
I've never been to a Summer League game, period. Even California Classic.
Oh, really? Okay. Vegas has its own vibe, I would say. In general, most of the games are kind of just fun to be there, but others have some hype to it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Summer League was still in its infancy in Vegas. It was still growing. Not every team was there when I was there for Durant Oden. Like, if that happened now, that would be a much bigger.
Gosh, that was what, 07?
Something like that.
16 years ago? Wow.
I was
That'd have
6
been
years old.
Haas?
Yeah.
As a rookie?
Yes.
Okay. So some excitement, but not in it. For what I remember, it was in Cox Pavilion, which is the smaller of the two. So, I mean, that would be in Thomas and Mack, and, TV and everything wasn't televised then. I was there in 17. Was that Lonzo Ball and Fox?
Yeah, that'd be the year.
And there was, the Kings might have played like in the mid-afternoon in Thomas and Mack, and you could just feel a bunch of people coming, and there were Laker fans, and they were all coming to watch Lonzo Ball. There was a lot of hype around him. But the other night, Victor Wembanyama, I think, had as much Summer League hype as we've had. Zion had quite a bit, but this felt like, when they're showing pictures of Kareem walking in and other celebrities being there. Yeah.
And that seems like, isn't that the vibe? It's just like, you can just be walking around Vegas in a casino and just bump into a Kareem.
Yeah.
Or bump into a Kevin Durant.
Or
a LeBron James.
Or, you just pick a seat and you're sitting down and like, hey, I'm next to Pat Riley. Why am I sitting next to Pat Riley?
Was it, somebody had told me, was it you that you were like right next to Jerry West?
Last year.
Yeah. And
Balmer, that was one that really blew my mind. So the Kings, it was the great game with the Kings and the Orlando Magic, which Summer League games are usually nondescript, but Keegan went nuts, went overtime. Kings hit a game winner. A game tying shot late in regulation. They go to OT. But I remember I had moved away from, and I was sitting at lower part of the arena, and I looked to the side, and Ballmer's going nuts. And I'm thinking, this is Kings and nuts. Magic, and he's in there just watching. He's just a basketball fan.
He is a basketball fan, though.
And
Ballmer
he was
loves
literally celebrating the game-tying shot like it was his team.
That's not shocking.
Yeah.
At all. Like, Ballmer is that guy.
Yeah.
Ballmer is always on.
He is always on.
I can't believe you were that close to Jerry West and didn't even be like,
hi, Mr. West.
Mr. West, I heard you ate dogs. You saw that quote over the weekend,
yes.
right?
That's the kind of vibe Summer League is. So a lot of people were there to see Victor Wembanyama play his first game. First game looked like he had, I would say, maybe even some jitters, but also you could see, all right, there's some things here that are going to be very exciting for the Spurs and for the fans. No, he wasn't this finely polished, like, most amazing game I've ever seen. Much better last night. But he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a good player in this league.
Yeah, and, I always hate to put the disclaimer out there, but I feel like it's necessary. Health
Absolutely.
wise, as long as he is healthy, the kid just does things that 7'3", 7'4" guys just aren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
The way he hits a step back jumper like he's a guard.
The ball handling
is super impressive. Yeah. I thought Chet Holmgren's ball handling was halfway decent. Like, Victor can, like, handle the ball.
Yeah. And
like, Victor, I feel like, could bring the ball up and run an offense if needed.
And I know people always do comps, which is never fair because no players are quite the same. But I feel like those two are, like, the similar. Like, who is Chet Holmgren like? He's like Victor Wembanyama. I mean, they're not the exact, but, I mean, when you go, like, Jokic passing, no. I mean, and his size is different, but he's outside a lot. And they're different players.
I feel like, I guess Holmgren would be the closest comp to him, although I think it's not fair.
Right.
Fair comp
for either
at
one.
all.
Yeah.
But when you have to just take in the 2 games you've seen, Victor, there is really no actual NBA comp in history to me for what he can do at that size.
Right. I mean, you're right. There's slivers of some people's game, but it's not all. It's not all one. They're just, and traditionally in the years that there's been dominant big men that we've seen, it's been on the block. Now the game is changing. Embiid stretches the floor. Jokic is all over the floor, passing and scoring. But I mean, he's not Shaq.
No.
But his defensive presence, like the way he can block jump shots.
Yeah.
Contested where it looks like he got there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his length, he still looks a little, he's not awkward. I don't even think that's right. He's still relatively, it doesn't.
He looks like he's still learning to walk almost.
That's it. Yeah. And he's not clumsy or klutzy. It doesn't feel like he's all.
It's not smooth.
He's like the teenager that's growing, and
Mm-hmm.
he still is growing, I guess. But it's not all smooth. Is the best way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's still kind of mechanical almost in his movements. But again, that's more just gonna grow into an adult body at some point. It'll smooth out.
I love his quote too. It's like, it seems like, hey, you come here, you've played some international ball, come here, you're number 1 pick. There's hype all over the place. You have this Britney Spears thing. You got bodyguards already. Everybody's there to watch you. And he did fine. And then afterwards, like, I didn't really know what I was doing out there.
Yeah,
it's like, you forget he's still very young. Like, it's not like he has to be this refined, polished
He doesn't know
product
the
at
offense.
19.
Yeah, he hasn't learned everything yet. And, Pop getting that extension, which we'll talk about later on. I mean, if you're Pop and you watched last night combined with that money that you just got, like, Pop had a good weekend.
Pop had a great weekend. Not many had a better weekend than he did. But Victor's going to be good. And I don't know how long it will take him to dominate the game, but I think it'll take a little bit of time, but he's gonna be nice.
I think he'll definitely make an impact in the win column this year.
For sure.
I think he is there already in his game, where I think the Spurs will be a lot better just because of his presence on the floor this year. Now, does that mean they're a playoff team? No. Are they a play-in team? I could see it. They have some decent pieces there, but I think the Spurs are set up again. As long as he stays healthy, and I trust the Spurs to put the right pieces around him, I think the Spurs are set up again for another nice little long streak of playoff appearances.
And back to, when we were talking about, like baseball, highest payroll and popularity and all that for teams and success, here's where the Spurs will be should be another lottery team. Should be, to your point, they maybe could be a play-in team. Who knows? But I think he's instantly becomes a draw. So, like, generally last year, the Spurs, there was nothing interesting about the Spurs. Nothing.
You weren't interested in Keldon Johnson?
No. I wasn't. Pop, hey, cool, Pop's here. That's not selling tickets. But Victor Wembanyama coming through every arena this year, I think is going to be interesting for people, and they're going to want to see him. And then at that time, when he becomes the player that really makes everyone on his roster better, because I think he looks like the player that is going to get his, but figure out how to get everyone else. That's when the Spurs are going to reach their potential.
Oh, yeah. No, it's the Spurs are going to be must-watch basketball. Like, the Spurs are going to be a league pass team this year just to watch Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they get probably a pretty decent amount of national TV games, too, because I think all eyeballs are going to be on him. I mean, they sold out a game in Vegas Summer League, you know.
Overflow there.
It was crazy. And it felt like almost a playoff atmosphere to watch him and Brandon Miller, who had
Miller, that game was better, but he struggled.
Yeah, but I mean, he felt like he was better, but I still feel like Brandon Miller, especially first half, seems to like haunt him.
Yeah.
I don't know about that pick, man.
Yeah.
I really don't. Really don't at all.
Well, a lot of people felt Scoot. Unfortunately, Scoot got hurt in his first game.
But he was playing really well before he got hurt.
He was. So Victor, I mean, I think Victor's going to be fun. He's going to be something people want to see. They sold out game 1. He was dominant in game 2. Spurs fans should be excited.
Yeah, I would be super excited. I really want to go see him at Golden One. We got that coming up a little later on, but I want to go. I want the Victor Wembanyama experience this year.
For sure. I think a lot of people do. All right, 1 hour is in the books. The NBA also made news over the weekend announcing the NBA Cup. It is happening. We'll explain that next on Sactown Sports.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track, makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. Comfortable start to the day, and temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. Expect bright sunshine with highs in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
Sacramento, get ready for the launch of Flex Power Tools at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Come on down this Saturday, July 15th for a one-day Flex Tool launch party. Witness live demos, score unbeatable deals on all Flex products, and get a free 3.5 amp hour 24-volt battery with every kit purchase. Grab a rear handle saw kit with a free 10 amp hour battery for just $299. Power up with Flex at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Don't miss it this Saturday, July 15th at 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relieved, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in the Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in the Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland Athletics selected Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby featuring baseball superstars Luis Robert Jr., Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Right now, it's time for hour number 2 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
So I was checking out my numbers, Jay. Looks like now that I'm on Threads, you're on Threads. It's almost been a week. I think I'm going to do 1 post a week.
Really? How do you plan to be an influencer on Threads if you're only posting once a week?
Less is more.
Oh, is that what they say?
Yeah.
I think socials is like the complete opposite of that.
I'm sure it is. I don't think I'm carved out. I guess I've only been on for 4 days. And my only post is not sure I'm ready for this.
Super good.
Really weaved that joke in there.
I'm at let me thread it. Oh, I got 253.
Oh, you're blowing me away.
Yep. Get on my level, bro. Still
what does Dave have? 40,000 already?
Nah. What does Dave have?
What does Dave have?
You can also follow us all on Threads, by the way,
Yeah.
if you're on Threads.
So quick question. I was on vacation last week, so I didn't really get the whole Threads thing. I was out of society. Is it like a separate app? It's not like an addition to Facebook or Instagram? You have to download a separate app?
You have to download a separate app, but basically once you sign up for Threads, you can only delete your Threads account if you delete your IG account. So they are tied together, but it's a separate app.
But it's not like an extension at the bottom of Instagram.
No.
I will not be joining Threads, but I am glad I got that clarification.
Dave's up to 872
that's nice.
threaders.
I don't know how you figure out how many posts you have on Instagram. I rarely use Instagram. I bet I've posted about 10 things.
I mean, I've archived a ton of posts over the years. I got like 9 up right now.
Oh, okay.
I say I don't think I've ever seen you post on IG except for like in your story, just like
I don't
posting.
I don't know what
that
I'm doing.
tagged you.
This just in. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna follow Threads, follow Twitter, follow Instagram, follow Facebook. I read it all. I look at it all.
Yeah, you're more of a reader than a poster.
Absolutely. I really use it for information, and then
sometimes you give good info on Twitter, like when the Kings had like, hey, that was the first 3-pointer since.
Oh yeah, I like to do little stat factoids, but other than that, I'm like, I don't know.
Will you be doing some NBA Cup stat factoids?
Could be, because
maybe you should bring that to Threads. Like you're the NBA Cup Threads guy.
Maybe that's like my official thing. That guy's really into the NBA Cup. I actually am intrigued by this. I know we were talking about it during the break. The NBA Cup is happening. It's going to be the dates from early November to early December. The league is really, Jay, I don't know if it's completely Adam Silver, but others in the league have wanted to make the regular season games have a little more zip. Now, this is the first run at this, and I'm actually kind of into it.
Why?
Well, tell me why you're not first.
Because
I think I have counters to it.
What does winning the NBA Cup mean?
Well, Look, I will put it this way, because I've heard what a lot of the critiques are. One would be, what's the player's motivation? Why is this? Why should we even care about this? I don't know that I necessarily have a great answer. I don't come from that soccer background that people get involved in all those other things that they've kind of deemed cool. They've got all these different cups that go on, and some value that more than I think. Right now, we've established that the Larry O'Brien, the NBA championship, is most important. Totally agree. I don't think that'll change. But the Kings pool we know is what? The Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Spurs, and the Thunder.
Yes.
So it's November 10th, and they're playing the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
We want the Kings to win as Kings fans.
Yes.
Is it a must win? Of course not, but they're either on a streak or, hey, let's keep this thing going. Now, if that game is for the cup and cup points, and hey, look, it puts you in, you start 1-0. It just, there's a little bit more to it in the grand scheme of things. Nothing crazy. But these cup games, anything you compete for, and I think I've found this over time, that athletes generally get behind. Fans will too. The Summer League, we will care if the Kings get to the championship. We all of a sudden become all in. The Buddy Hield in the 3-point contest. We want Buddy to win.
That's different.
Why?
It's a fun thing to win.
Why would this not be a fun thing to win?
Because tell me, like with the 3-point contest, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fun because it's part of All-Star Weekend. Like
right.
All-Star Weekend is just a thing of fun. Is that going to be the same vibe for the NBA Cup semi and final games in Vegas?
I don't know until we see it, but look at I know it's for an individual, but the people that are actually the amount of people that are in Vegas generally to watch NBA Summer League action, like the Kings current players will go out there and other teams players will go out there.
Sure,
they want to be a part
an event
of watching Summer League.
But it's an event because of that. It's during the summer. It's during the off season. It's kind of like you just stated. You could basically be chilling, and next thing you know, I'm sitting next to Steve Ballmer and Jerry West.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a thing. I don't know if the NBA Cup is going to have the same vibe. I don't think all 30 teams are going to come. And,
I don't think
hey, the Lakers are out of it, but LeBron James is chilling at the NBA Cup.
Well, no, because their regular season will still be going on. But what will happen, let's dream and say the Kings advance and get to this thing. In this market, in this community, it will be a big deal.
It will be, but at the end of the season, all right, let's say the Kings are the inaugural.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Sure. We'll go with it.
That works.
They're the inaugural winners of the NBA Cup. Great. Super cool. And let's say they get the 7th seed this year and they lose in the play-in tournament.
Okay.
At the end of the regular season, Jason, all we are talking about is this year being a disappointment. Nobody is going to care that they won the NBA Cup.
That might be true, but as an add-on, they're the first ones to ever do it. They all made an extra $500,000.
Wait, is that individually, or is that $500K split between the 15-man roster?
I thought it was individually, but I could be wrong on that. I didn't see the final determination of that.
Final destination. Wow, that's dark.
That would be an interesting tournament.
But if your example is what would be, what's the payoff at the end of the season? What would be the payoff at the end of the season if the Kings went 4-0 against the Warriors, the 4 teams that they're in the pool with in the regular season? Again, without a cup. They just won 4 games during the season.
Right. And then, so like you win 4 games during the season plus an additional 3 in the knockout round, right? Quarters, semis, and finals.
Okay.
You won an additional 3.
Right.
Now there's just a trophy attached to it. Okay.
Yeah. But that December 7th game, like, hey, if the Kings beat the T-Wolves, they will advance, is going to mean a lot more than, the Kings want to beat the T-Wolves tonight in Minnesota.
Will it mean a lot more?
I think so.
Really?
Well, again, we're experiencing it for the first time. It's something we haven't done. We don't know. And I think what the league will do is if it immediately just gets like, hey, it's new Coke and it failed, I think they will tweak and try. And I don't know what the tweaks are.
Oh, yeah, no. They're going to try to make this work for the next 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. They've worked at the All-Star Elam ending. They've worked at different. I think the league is very progressive in this. This is the meat of football season when more fans are watching football than basketball. So if you can get 5% more fans, 10% people to watch, to sell now to TBS, TNT, wherever they want to put this, the league will deem it a success. If the players get behind it, and I don't know. I mean, to me, I think anytime you see people in competition, they'll go for it. Players kind of go for things when they're in competition where it's like, I don't know what the reception's going to be, but I think they are going to compete.
Here's what I think is going to be interesting. I mean, they're going to compete because they are regular season games. Like these games do matter.
That's why I think
that
this was brilliant in that.
But I'll agree with you on that. I think making that part of it does matter. Yeah. I'm interested to see though when they get to the championship game, which does not count for the regular season, if they treat it like, I don't think they'll go full NBA All-Star game treatment of it. But will that have the same motivation? Will that $500K motivate them to play their, what's off?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you look at the recent tweaks, so the play-in, I remember when they added that, I'm like, do we need this for the 9th and 10th team? What are we doing? That became a great thing. You get to the trade deadline, now teams 10, 11, 12 are trading to try to just become the 9th and 10th team.
It's been a good really, anti-tank mechanism in some degree.
It's evolved. I think it's gotten better. And then we've seen teams this last year, some play-in teams advance and go a couple rounds for the first time. So I think things have developed in that realm. And now even here in this market last year, like if the Kings just be a play-in team, that wasn't even a phrasing we ever used 5 years ago.
Right.
So I think things have grown. I think that has a chance to be good. Now, if it fails, it fails, but I think the fact that they're keeping it authentic to the regular season, it's not some, hey, side gimmick, we're playing all these games in Vegas, we're going to shut down the league for 2 weeks. Instead, it's just, hey, that Kings Thunder game would have been a Kings Thunder game, now it's a cup game.
To me, and
it still counts in the win-loss column.
Sure. To me, what would have really made it intriguing, and I don't know if you could actually do this, is whoever wins the NBA Cup, you're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Oh, that's interesting. Or like some sort of lottery pick or something. Right,
something. You know what I mean? But I think the guaranteed playoff spot would be much bigger because then if you are one of these other teams, for instance, like Miami last year, right? That made the play-in. If you can lock up a playoff spot now,
okay,
you know what I mean? That becomes way more like, okay, cool, guys. Like, we don't have to worry about the play-in. We got a 1 through 6 seed no matter what, especially for teams that, maybe they had a big injury to them, like Jimmy Butler goes down in January for a couple months, which, damn, guys, that killed our season. No, your season's not killed now because you have a playoff spot regardless.
I know there's counters and there's faults to all this stuff. Let's say the Clippers won that. Kawhi's done.
You think he's done for the year? That is, and I think that would be the downside.
A team like that is like, all right, we're in the play. Like, why? Then you're going, why am I playing people? Now they're trying to make the regular season have more impact, more zip. I think by making the awards have players play a minimum of 65 games helps. This is more incentive too. I mean, again, none of this is ever going to be perfect, but I don't know. I think like last year, look at De'Aaron Fox winning the first ever clutch award. Like, what's it? Like once he got it, like that's cool. That's a cool thing. It's a cool honor.
I think the clutch award is actually, it's not the MVP, but being able to say like, I'm the best player in the league when it matters the most. Like, dude, that is an insane award to win.
Yeah.
Like that's a super cool award. Like I really do hope as that, award gets traction to it after we see it, 5 to 10 seasons, like when we're talking about like Hall of Fame candidacy, like that factors in like, dude, that guy won the clutch award 4 times.
Yeah.
Like that should matter. Like it should matter that you're the best player on the court when the game is on the line.
I mean, let's paint this, and we'll get into this a little bit more detail later, but let's paint an example. If this was just executed perfectly where everybody played and you get the final, like, from seeding last year, the Nuggets, the Kings, the Grizzlies, and the Warriors advance, and you got the Celtics, the Sixers, the Bucks, and another team you're like
Miami.
Okay, that's your final group, then a semi, and it's like that's pretty
tournament.
fun. Now you also could have the Thunder, the Magic. I mean, but that's for those teams maybe that aren't going to make it. I think this elevates.
That might be
things.
intriguing.
Yeah.
That might be like how we celebrate Summer League titles. They might be celebrating like, the Wizards.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole brings them the first NBA Cup. That might be their one highlight of the year.
Imagine this last year before the Kings had even the one little run of success. If the Kings were pretty good in the early part of last season and they managed to get into the first Cup game before they even made the play, we would have gone nuts for that.
Yes.
We'd have gone nuts for that.
Yes, I agree.
In this market. We got more on this. We got more details on the NBA Cup. When we come back, we got 3 for Mandis, 3 questions, 3 answers, all brought to you by our friends at Fire Wings. That's coming your way next on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
The Kings are running it back.
He's
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes. Alex Lynn just went above the iron with a two-hand throwdown. And that was as nasty as we've seen him in a Kings uniform.
And welcoming some new faces.
Oh, and here comes Vezenkov. He gets the big finish.
Fisher rejected by Mr. Vezenkov.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. Comfortable start to the day, and temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. Expect bright sunshine with highs in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
To protect your home from the top down, start from the roof line up. Get clog-free Byers Leaf Guard gutters, fire-safe roofing from Byers Roofing, and power your home with Byers Solar. Act now for $500 off Byers Leaf Guard gutters at thatsbyers.com.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at ACR Solar. Go to acrsolar.com to find out what they can do for you. Just check out their site. There's lots of different options there, but it's ACR Solar and Home Services, whether it's solar for your roof, for your home, for your pool, whatever you might need, but also roofing. I mentioned it there that's what they helped us out with. We needed a new roof last summer. We actually needed it for a couple of years, but we finally went for it after meeting with a couple of different roofing companies. Someone told us about ACR Solar, and thankfully they did. Once we met with them, John, the owner, Joe, the roofing expert, we knew this was the company we wanted to partner with. And so now we've got a brand new roof. Looks great. We've got the peace of mind as homeowners that you want, whether it's hot elements coming up with this summer heat we're going to experience, the winter that we just went through with all the rain. We had no issues at all. And so now we've got our permanent roof for a long, long time, and you could do the same. Just check them out. Go to acrsolar.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
And before we get to question 1, it's all brought to you by our friends Jay at Fire Wings. 21 delicious flavors. They're all delicious. 21. My personal favorite, I'll say peanut butter.
Yeah, no, the PB is great.
I learned it from Carmichael Dave. It works. Radio advertising works. Dave said peanut butter. I'm like, Dave's crazy.
How many flavors have you tried there? If you had to ballpark it.
See, the problem is when I get to something I like, I kind of stick with it.
I'm the same way as you.
And then every once in a while I go, okay, let me try another one. I go, oh, I like it, but man, I love the peanut butter.
Dude, I mean, I'm not trying to tell anyone how to do their job. Yeah. They need to do a 21 sampler.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
I'm trying to think if I got the 21 sampler, I probably would leave peanut butter for last because I know, but you know what I mean? It's like, man, okay, this one maybe I wouldn't normally choose. So let me try that. Oh, that's a surprise. That's good. Or, yeah, I didn't prefer it as much as there's my old standby, the peanut butter.
Exactly.
Or is it garlic parm as well? I like that one.
Garlic parm's really good.
That one would be hard to taste out of a sippy cup.
Which one?
The garlic parm.
Yes, it would be.
Be kind of like,
why are we drinking our wings?
Sippy cup? Yeah.
But you said you were tasting all the flavors, right? They have 21.
But just on the wings.
So they have 21 wings for you for free. I feel like they're not going to make a lot of money that way.
No, it's a sampler that you can buy.
Yeah.
Like all 21 flavors, you get 1 wing a piece of the sampler.
One of each flavor.
Interesting. Yeah. I like this idea.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like I said,
Jay's an idea man.
Fire Wings. You need a marketing guy.
There you go.
I'll let your boy.
Just wing it. All right. Question number 1.
Question number 1. Will Victor Wembanyama be a must-see ticket, when he comes to Sacramento this season?
Absolutely. Especially the first time, right? I think the first time, and I don't know, schedule come out next month.
Maybe he debuts here like LeBron.
Did LeBron debut here? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, at Arco.
He did?
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know. Fact check on that one.
Yeah, I'll look that one up in the break.
It would be great. Kevin Garnett debuted here too, by the way.
I was at that game.
You were?
I was at that game.
I
used to have the ticket stub.
It's gone?
I don't know what happened to it. I had it in like this little plastic frame with my Tyus Edney autograph picture.
Can you find the Tyus Edney autograph picture?
No. Yes, I can.
Then is it on the back of it?
No, I don't know what happened to the ticket.
Oh man.
One of these days I'll produce that in here.
I can tell you that what I don't have anymore, and I had a drop on this for forever, but I was in the locker room with Kevin Garnett. I was doing the visiting locker room at that time. And I said something like, hey, congrats on your first game. 4 for 4. And he's like, what? Really? I didn't realize that. Like, he was genuinely shocked that he didn't miss a shot. He was 4 for 4. And I kept that drop for a while, and then it's gone.
Yeah, that was pre-big ticket.
Yeah.
No,
he was pretty calm and mellow. He wasn't an intimidating force.
No, and it's like, I mean, Kevin Garnett was always thin, But when you talk about
rail thin.
Rookie KG was like Chet Holmgren thin.
Exactly. Victor's thin, but he will be. I don't know when the Kings will play him here. Hopefully they get him twice here. That's a must-see ticket.
Yeah, no, I will definitely be at that game, whether I gotta, schmooze somebody downstairs for some free ones or actually purchase tickets to the game. Like, I will be there. I want to watch Victor play his rookie year.
Yeah, I think that's one where if people get, sometimes fans like to get there early to watch Steph or LeBron warm up. They'll just to see him.
Yes,
just to see him
100%. No, and that'll also be the game where Pop Load manages him. Right?
Exactly. I think I want to be on the court pregame and don't always want to be, but just to see, when you saw the picture of him next to Duncan and Ginobili and Robinson, you're like, who are the
Was
kids?
that Ginobili or was it Sean Elliott?
Sean Elliott there too.
Okay.
And
there were 5 of them. You got it. It
Duncan,
was Robinson, Ginobili,
and
Elliott, Tim Duncan and his funny shoes, and Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Sean Elliott's still the one to me that just sticks out like a sore
Why
thumb.
was he there?
Like, I get it. Like, Sean Elliott's a Spurs legend.
Yeah.
I understand it. But
He is also he's a Spurs broadcaster.
Yes. He big DeMarcus Cousins fans. We found out.
Yes,
on
we
I think
learned.
those are the only ones who live in San Antonio was the thing.
They kept the dream alive.
Victor was then spotted with Kareem and somebody else last night. I forgot who it
And
was.
did they look small?
No, they were sitting down, so I couldn't tell.
Oh,
But yeah, he was chilling with Kareem. It was one other person.
Muggsy Bogues.
That's who it was.
All right, question 2.
Question 2.
Tonight's the home run derby. JayMarrz is excited. Do you have any favorite home run derby memories?
Yes.
Go for it.
Do you remember the year that Bobby Abreu just put on like the biggest
Was
show?
it the first round?
It was the first round. I want to say even in the later rounds he did well. I want to say he won the whole thing.
Was that the year in San Francisco?
Oh, I don't think
feel
so.
like it was
No,
San
I don't
Francisco.
feel like it. I just remember Bobby Abreu just puts on this show. Oh my God. And then literally could not hit a home run to save his life the second half of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know why that
It
just
screwed up
sticks
the
out.
swing. I always think of Griffey, just the hat
Griffey was
backwards,
great,
just
man.
parking him. Josh Hamilton in New York, he put on a show. But there were times, like, if you look back, there were some home run derbies that had, like, McGuire, Griffey, Canseco. It's like, man, just bashers, Frank Thomas.
That I was just going to say, I remember one year, did Frank win it? But there was just one year where he was just mashing. It was like he was almost hitting home runs one-handed.
I believe it. Sosa. Like,
Yep.
I mean, just.
It's always been, and that's the thing with the home run derby is, in the 90s watching it, it's star-studded every year, right? Star-studded. And then baseball kind of got away from marketing stars, and I think that really hurt the home run derby.
Yeah.
Because you would see, and they tried all the different gimmicks there for a while. Like there was the where you represent a country.
Right.
But now I think they finally got it down to it's good again.
Yeah, that's where there's a clock, but and then
the clock really helps.
The clock helps. The distance, if you hit a certain distance, then you get more time. But I always had the weird thought of like when someone put on a show and hit 30 homers in the first round and then fizzled out. It's like, wait, they basically had the most home runs. It's just they did them all in the first round.
Yeah, and that was Bobby Abreu.
Yeah.
Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton. Yeah, I mean, they would get out there and just put on these shows, and then it's like, and I've heard too, like, you get spent in the home run derby. Was it last year Pujols, made it to either the semis or the finals?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, this old man has to be dying right now.
He looked like he was.
Like Albert was put in there as like honorary, and then it's like, oh, wow, I had a really good first round. I think even Albert was like, oh, damn, I got to go out there again.
And there's someone that usually gets in the first round. Like someone will, just bomb some absurd amount, and then someone hits like 7.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
That happened last year because until like a week ago, I still thought Julio Rodriguez won the home run derby last year because he was the star of the show. But no, he lost. Same thing with Hamilton and Abreu and all those guys.
And then last year, this one killed me. Pete Alonso doing deadlifts before going out there.
He's got the rhythm to it.
But no, he sucked last year.
At the end, yeah. But he had won 2. Who won last year then?
Juan Soto.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Plays for the Padres.
Well, he played for Washington at the time.
Yes, I know.
But yes. So just real quick, I've been to 2 home run derbies before. So I went to surprisingly not the one in San Diego when Stanton hit it off the scoreboard. I didn't go to that one, but I went to 2010 in Anaheim, which was David Ortiz winning it, and 2 years ago in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Which was the year Ohtani did the home run derby, and oh my God, his batting practice, he was hitting him to the third deck. It was crazy, but Both of those.
Coors Field, the third deck's a pop fly in any other.
It's just crazy.
It's a
Ohtani was
show.
hitting him 490 feet in batting practice. It
Nice.
was amazing.
All right, question 3.
Question 3.
On this date in 2002, Tiger Woods and Venus Williams won Athlete of the Year at the 10th ESPY Awards. So do you think athletes give a damn about winning any ESPY award?
No, I don't. I mean, I think it's part of whatever they've accomplished that they're proud of. But to win an ESPY, I think that's just a night they gather together.
What's the ESPY equivalent in like entertainment? Because it's not like an Oscar or a Grammy.
No.
Those are important.
A BET award?
No. I that's what I was trying to figure out because I'm like, dude, when you talk
Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice.
Yes, there you go. That's kind of the same thing, right? I don't know. I feel like the Kids' Choice Award might mean
they
more.
ham that up. They enjoy being around the kids. Do they get slimed on those things?
Depends.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I think even ESPN
Dude, is like the ESPY Award like winning a Twitter poll for like best R&B singer of all time? Like, it's just, have you ever heard of anybody like when we talk about any athlete and their credentials? Oh yeah, 4-time ESPY winner.
Yeah.
The ESPYs suck.
The ESPYs even recognize this because all the commercials I've seen are all the feel-good stories they're doing for the ESPYs.
The ESPYs are trash.
I've the only thing I've ever enjoyed about the ESPYs has been whoever's hosted and if they've got some good lines. It's like the opening
monologue.
Yeah,
it's very.
but it's not perfect. Yeah, it's not
very hit or miss.
There's been some years, like years and years and years ago, when Norm Macdonald hosted.
Mm-hmm.
He was rough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in Norm's way, like he was ruthless.
They never let him do it again.
Yeah. But it's also uncomfortable. Like, oh man, that's kind of funny. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that was funny. But then you get athletes up there that are just, working on their chops, I guess.
I mean, you get every once in a while, you get a great moment, right? Like the Stuart Scott moment at the ESPYs.
Sure.
Great moment. But it's so few and far between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big no on the ESPYs. We'll not be watching this Wednesday.
I was going to say, I know it's during the All-Star break. I didn't know.
No, it's Wednesday.
I think
I think it's on ABC.
Generally, one of the slowest days, the sports days of the year, right?
Yes.
I think it's Wednesday. Is officially the one.
That's why they do it, because it's the day that
and
there's
get
no
people there. But we got Summer League basketball, baby.
Yeah, 4-hour ESPY talk.
Yeah.
Or Summer League talk. Summer League title mean more than an ESPY?
The ESPY Cup.
Nope.
No,
now
not
you
doing
ruined
that.
it.
Trying to get
now
fans.
You just ruined
trying
Summer
to get
League
fans first.
Yeah, come out to Golden One Center. Both ESPY Cups will be on display. Good Lord. Why did you do that?
I'll be waiting outside with my tickets to get in. All right, when we come back, Pop is a legend. He's also getting paid again. Spurs got their man. We'll talk about Greg Popovich's extension, what that means for him, for Victor, for the Spurs. That's all next on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
There's a timeout and Steve Kerr is
That's
like
my favorite
laughing
gif
and
of all time.
like a really fake, like forced laugh, and Chris Paul laughs back at him, then turns around and gives him the frown. Like
That is, honestly, I'm not even joking. That's probably my most used GIF because people always think they're so funny, making little chuckles like Chris and Co. Where's the Co? Yeah, I get it. That's funny. Yeah, I get it because like it's a rotating cast. That's really funny.
It's Whitey and Watkins, debuting Monday, July 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. Comfortable start to the day, and temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. Expect bright sunshine with highs in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
To protect your home from the top down, start from the roof line up. Get clog-free Byers Leaf Guard gutters, fire-safe roofing from Byers Roofing, and power your home with Byers Solar. Act now for $500 off Byers Leaf Guard gutters at thatsbyers.com.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Get your superhero squad together and join forces as we take on the Minnesota Twins on Saturday, July 15th during Marvel Superhero Day. All fans can enjoy this special Marvel-themed day at the ballpark, along with fun photo opportunities, character appearances, and in-game features as part of the fun. Get there early to snag a Captain Marvel bobblehead presented by Extra Mile. Tickets start at just $10 and are available at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Plus, buy Southwire Romex Simple 12-gauge indoor wire at our everyday low price of $109. Head to your local Lowe's or visit us at Lowes.com for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. About 7/6 through 7/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I'm looking for fuel injector cleaner.
Right now, buy a bottle of Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner and get one free. Only at AutoZone.
Will it also help with my mileage?
Get everything you need to restore your performance at MPGs.
Get in zone.
Wait, is it good for trucks too?
Whatever vehicle you have, you can find the right products and parts at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sactown Sports.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in the Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland Athletics selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby featuring MLB superstars Luis Robert Jr., Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Now, let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave is off this week. He'll be back with us next week. Jason Ross, JayMarrz.
Sound like you were going to say Carmichael Dave.
Carmichael Dave. He'll be back next week. We're in studio. Kyle Ledbetter running the show. Greg Popovich got paid.
He's rich.
There was thoughts.
He was already rich, but
yeah, there were thoughts that he was going to be done here maybe a couple years ago. Got excited. Sees Victor Wembanyama. Spurs excited to keep him. And looks like he agrees to a 5-year deal, Jay, to stay with the Spurs. He's already the winningest coach of all time.
You got to throw the dollar figure out there.
Is it 80 plus?
$80+ million. He's got more than Monty Williams got 78.
Man. I know Dave made this point a couple years ago. He's like, look, if you're a team, like there's no coaching salary cap. Like,
right.
Especially when the Kings were going through coach after coach after coach all those years. Like, why wouldn't you just spend a boatload to get someone like Pop, a proven winner, to change the course of your franchise? Well, the Spurs know what they've got. They know what they like. And Greg Popovich is going to see at least 5 more years as the San Antonio Spurs coach. I know when his wife passed a few years back, there was also thought, like, is that going to be the end for him? But seemingly, whether it's the money, whether it's Victor, whether it's all of it, still the love of the game. He's the unicorn in one sense. One, he's the winningest coach. He's going to add to his resume. The fact that he's in the same spot, too, that's just absolutely unheard of.
No, he's like, I mean, is there equivalent in equivalent of a guy who's been there? That is Bill Belichick.
That's it.
And he's been there longer in San Antonio than Belichick's been in New England.
Right.
Like, he really is that dude. And it is a super cool story. Like, I've always liked Pop, and, you know, I find it hilarious, like, the Pop truthers out there that are like, oh, see what happens when he doesn't have any real talent. He can't win. And, like,
he's a fraud.
And it's just like, that is the most casual take of all time.
Yeah.
Like, to not think that Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches in the NBA, in NBA history, or that his impact on the game is not, it's just a win-loss column. It's like, dude, come on. That man is so beloved. You got LeBron James tweeting out like, yo, congrats, Pop, way to get the bag. Next wine dinner's on you. Like, that guy has been so influential in careers and so revered by guys that aren't even in the Spurs organization.
Yeah. I think one of his best runs was when they were successful.
Sure.
Certainly winning titles. When there was about a 2 or 3 year run where they were the best defensive team in the league. Like, that was their DNA. No one could score on them. That's why they were winning or competing for titles. And then it was like one of the years in that run that they all of a sudden became the best offense.
Yes.
And they were good defensive. They weren't number one, but he's like, I see this 3-point trend. Like, he was ahead of it. They were the highest shooting 3-point team, became the number one offense, and they were still good defense. Like, the Spurs? Like, what happened to this team? So he has molded his team through different times.
He's evolved his systems over the years to fit whatever talent he has, right? And that's something I've never understood why more coaches either don't do it or maybe they just, they can't. Like, they know a certain system, they know how to teach it, and trying to teach other systems. I've never been an NBA head coach, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not. But I've just never understood why you don't adjust to what your talent level is. And that, to me, speaks to why he's so great. Okay, give me Duncan Ginobili Parker. I'm going to gear my game this way. Give me Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell. I'm going to gear my game towards this.
Now Victor.
And again, and whatever he's doing on the offense and defensive side of the ball will evolve. And it's just, that to me is just such a hallmark of a coach. Because remember the Spurs teams that won 03, 04? It's like the boringest team in the NBA, right? Like, literally unwatchable finals. Some of the most lowly. It was the no. So they beat the Pistons in 05. Thank you. Okay. And so 03 was the Nets.
Yeah.
04 was the
04 was Lakers Pistons.
Okay, so 03, 05 then.
03, 05, 07 are the Spurs
Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so
Cavs.
03 Nets, 05 Pistons, 07 Cavs.
And I think where you were going, the 03 finals is still the lowest rated finals of all time, and the Game 7 of the 2005 championship is still the lowest rated Game 7 in NBA history.
That's what I mean. They were just this boring team. And then by the time you see the next maturation of the Spurs in the finals in 13 and 14, dude, they're must-watch basketball.
Yeah, they were fun, sharing the ball, scoring, hitting threes. A lot of the same guys. Now, Kawhi was in the mix, but a lot of the same guys. And now, he'll figure out a way. I think, he's going to blow away the win total. But I was looking at all-time winning coaches. Like Doc Rivers, had he kept his job, or if he gets one again soon, if he has 2 good years, he's like in the top 5 all of a sudden. So, I mean, I feel like Pop will put up a number that'll seem uncatchable. The one, though, like Jay, especially where we are now, I don't see how anyone's going to coach one team that long.
No.
Again.
No. I mean, you got
there's talks about Kerr, maybe this being his last year, and he's been as successful as Pop. And if he can't last with who can do this?
No. I think, and we talked about it earlier in the summer of just how in coaching the NBA is such a carousel now.
Yeah.
You have Budenholzer, who was out there. I mean, Nick Nurse. I mean, guys that
won titles.
Recently won titles. Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
It's just like you can win a championship, and then the next 2 or 3 seasons, if they're mediocre or not good, you're out.
This is Vogel's 4th team? Yeah, 4th team.
Yes. 14 for Vogel. Coach. Doc's had the Celtics, the Clippers, the Sixers.
Yeah.
Spent decent time in each of them.
Yeah.
But, he obviously proved that,
Orlando too, right?
Oh, in Orlando, yeah. So he's had 4 head coaching stints. This will be Nick Nurse's 2nd. Budenholzer, when he gets back in, that'll be a 3rd team.
Yeah. Right now it's what? Pop, then what? Spoelstra?
Yeah, Pop and Spoelstra and Kerr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Malone is 4th.
Even Monty Williams, this is his 3rd team, correct?
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, and Monty Williams just got the bag.
All right. Mike Brown.
Good
coach, bounced around.
Yeah, he's bounced around. He's been in Cleveland twice.
Lakers,
the Lakers. Yeah. So, no, man, I agree with you. I don't think we will, at least in our lifetime, see another Greg Popovich.
The craziest one about Popovich, and I think this kind of underlies what you're saying, he survived multiple ownership regimes in San Antonio,
That's
too.
That's when it changes generally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I got my own ideas or my own things. Yeah.
Because he was originally the general manager back in 1995. So that's 1, 2, 3 different ownership regimes in San Antonio.
Wow.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, and like you said, and to kind of exasperate that point, like, look what just happened in Phoenix with Monty Williams. Monty Williams, would you say genuinely beloved head coach?
Yes. Yeah.
Super successful? Yeah. Nope. Gone.
New ownership, new regime, new ideas.
We saw it in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Keith Smart would have been fired anyways,
right.
But they had their own idea of who they wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
And it's a very normal thing.
And for him, I don't know that he cares about money, but it's also like, hey, look, if I'm considered the greatest or one of the greatest and I see Monty Williams get that, I should get more.
Oh, no, he wants his market
and I'm
value.
sure that's agent, speaking as much as Pop. But, and to me, I've always said this, if you love it and you're still qualified, do it.
Yes.
Like when athletes, why are they sticking around? If they can still do it, do it. And if a coach still wants to coach and he's capable and able and all that, do it.
And even before they got the number 1 pick this year, Pop had even went on record saying he really enjoyed coaching last year.
Yeah.
He was like, man, it was nice to not have to worry about wins and losses and just, I got to develop these guys. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
And he's developed coaches too, alongside the coaching tree
Mike
and people
Brown.
Mike Brown, Steve Kerr, they've all either played for him or been on his bench. And I think that's just helpful and healthy to learn from that system. And Mike Brown, I think, has been in a great spot. He's been his own coach. He's learned under Pop. He's learned under Kerr, and then he's kind of molded all that to make it here in Sacramento.
Yeah, and you combine all of that. This might be Mike Brown's best coaching stint, period. This might end up being that. I mean, Rick Adelman had the Blazers, and then he also had to learn some hard lessons in Golden
Warriors,
State.
yeah.
And, sustained success was probably most had in Sacramento for Rick.
For sure. Got him into the Hall of Fame. So congrats to Pop, getting paid, staying with the Spurs, and continuing to rack up those wins. All right, when we come back, give some thoughts overall on the Summer League, not just the Kings, but Victor Wembanyama, Scoot Henderson, Chet, others. We'll do that as we continue here on Sactown Sports.
Get all the latest 49ers news heading into the 2023 season on Sactown Sports.
I think Brock was smart, and we kind of facilitated that he met with a bunch of different surgeons. The hope is he's ready for the regular season. We'll take it as it comes, as we're doing. He's working incredibly hard, and the early returns are really good.
Sactown Sports, Sacramento's official home for 49ers football.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes,
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
That was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I'm looking for fuel injector cleaner.
Right now, buy a bottle of Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner and get one free. Only at AutoZone. Will it also help with my mileage? Get everything you need to restore your performance in MPGs.
Get in the zone.
Wait, is it good for trucks too? Whatever vehicle you have, you can find the right products and parts at AutoZone.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
So I'm a public school teacher and I'm on my feet all day long. That would be on concrete. The pain would like shoot up my heels and just increased from the bottom of my feet up. Then my back started hurting. So my husband and I were driving and I went, oh, look, there's a Good Feet store. I'm greeted by this gal named Mercy. That was a perfect name for her. And the cool thing about the Good Feet store is that you're able to try before you buy. I had free fittings. She was able to fit me with special arch supports. And so I walked around in the store. Within 30 minutes, I started sobbing because I had no pain. Well, if your feet are hurting, do something about it. You don't have to grin and bear it. You need to go to the Good Feet store and get some arch supports. I'm Deidre, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how they work for you with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
When the world's best players get fitted for new golf clubs, they want to see their ball flight outdoors. Why should you settle for any less? The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is the area's unquestioned leader in delivering a new age of golf club fitting to Northern California. With 14 trained, skilled professionals to show you how to hit the ball farther and straighter, satisfied customers have increased their yardage, improved their games, and gained confidence. Call 916-808-2531 to get started. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Hey, Jay, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Following us at 10, Whitey and Watkins.
Whitey and Watkins. Regular season debut.
The regular season debut. So they've gone through their summer league.
Yep.
Preseason.
Right.
And they're
Training
ready to
camp,
go.
all of it.
I heard they're really ready to go today.
Yeah.
All that stuff is just getting them prepped. And they launch and take off today.
I'm excited.
I am too. It's fun having Whitey Gleason back at the building. Chris Watkins is just great. So we love having
Chris Watkins been in the building.
He has been. 9 years. 9 years. You at your 5-year. Was that a nice surprise on Friday for you?
You know, I was not expecting that. And for you to present it to me, I'm like, okay, this is cool. You know, I did the media tour after. That was exhausting on Friday.
Questions.
So, yeah.
Some of those were hard.
Man.
I mean, I couldn't believe you broke down.
Yeah.
I mean, but it got to you.
It's a big moment.
Yeah.
You know, shout out, you know, we do have some local media here that softballed me a couple times, but like our friends at KCRA3 where the news comes first, like they're like the news comes first.
Yeah.
Like no softballs.
Right.
That was rough.
They got to you?
They did.
I think people learned more about you.
Yeah, no, they did. And I hope, you know, people truly understand now and got some insight into me as this journey and why, you know, I broke down and that was a big moment for me.
Here's to 5 more.
Yes.
Congrats, by the way. That was fun.
Hey,
that was a fun little.
That was good times.
Little a surprise announcement, but Whitey and Watkins will be joining us for the last part of the show. Little celebrity birthdays, some crosstalk, and they will get going at 10. We've got much more to get to between now and then, including Summer League action is continuing. I think when you get to Summer League, to me, one of the things I always do is watch the guys that are drafted highly. Like, what will they look like? Is this and again, we make our first assessments. I think one of my favorite things about Summer League that I went to when 2017, talked about that before earlier, but De'Aaron Fox, seeing him in person the first time, he went, okay, I knew we were all kind of excited about drafting him. I'd seen him in college. He had some great games. He wanted to be here, so there was an excitement. It's like, oh, we finally got a player that seemingly wants to be here. And then when you saw him in person the first time, like, wow, is he fast?
Yeah, he can get up and down the court, couldn't he?
Oh, my goodness. And then now everybody that's seen him, you're like, yeah, these are all elite athletes, but he's about the fastest, if not the fastest player out there. But in Summer League, there was a lot of, like if he would get the ball, rebound, and go, you're like, okay, that's something that could be a weapon for this team. So when you see something like that, or, you know, look, someone's going to have a hot shooting day, but it's really someone's physical appearance or just something like that that could stand out. And obviously, something like that does with Victor Wembanyama.
You know who was also like that before we get to Victor real quick was Tyreek.
Yeah.
The way he just bullied people.
Yeah.
Like Tyreek was just so much bigger than all the other guards out there. And he would just get to the basket. It was like just a freight train coming through the lane.
Yeah. And he had a lot of, I don't know if that's the Euro step, but like odd angles and just would slide through, flip the ball up. He was a good below the rim player too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was the ability to dunk, but he just somehow, he was really good at getting to the basket.
Yeah, for a while. And then actually his jump shot got considerably better. At the beginning, it was not good. That year he had in Memphis, where it was like the, resurrection of Tyreek Evans. Like, that was when I was like, wow, Tyreek can hit a jumper.
Oh, especially when he came back here, too. He made a lot. I'm like, oh, he's a much better jump shooter.
Mm-hmm. Just too bad he never put it all together, but that's, story for another day. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama, that first night was kind of like, okay, there's some signs here, but you could tell he was just all over the place.
Yeah.
And then last night was where I really feel like it was like the full display of like, you got to see every little trick in his bag was on display last night.
Yeah. And I think, when he's clearly the guy that's going to go number 1, I think where the draft was getting interesting was 2-3. And a lot of people thought Scoot Henderson should go 2. He goes 3. I think the Blazers are going to be happy about that. Scoot looked good in his first game before he left with injury. It doesn't sound like anything too major. But
he's done, I think, for Summer League.
Yeah, I think, and that might be smart. And a lot of people thought, we're upset that Wembanyama didn't play here. But, Chet Holmgren got hurt in Vegas last year and then missed the entirety of the season.
He didn't get hurt in Vegas. I thought he got hurt in, like, the Drew League. No, it was the Seattle Pro-Am.
That's what it was. You're right. Thank you. You're right. I knew it was off-season. Yeah, that's right.
Jamal Crawford's crossover
event.
There
it is. Yeah, Seattle Pro-Am.
That I'm sure their lawyers are still fighting with the Thunder.
And that's the thing. It's like, if the Kings had drafted Wembanyama and if he was the Kings prize,
put him in bubble wrap.
That's the thing. It's like, you want to see him play, you want to see him get involved, but it's like, at some point you're going to be playing with Sabonis and Fox and like,
wasn't that the thought on Keegan in the California Classic this year?
Yeah. Like, for the fans, I think about, obviously not the organization. They clearly said, look, let's make a statement. We want to see this out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he clearly did that.
Yeah. No, it only took him 2 games. And they're
like,
yeah, we don't need it in Vegas. You're good. This is Nimi Keita's time to shine.
Right.
This is where we need to see Jordan Ford step out.
And then the guys who drafted, right? It's Lawson, Kobe Jones, give them opportunities. I also like the other parts of Summer League too, where there's some other guys trying to catch on. Like there was, I don't know, ended up happening to Jabari Parker. He was on the Bucks list and then he's not playing with them. I think he was
the Bucks or the Rockets.
I thought it was the Bucks.
Jabari Parker. I'm thinking
the old
Smith.
king.
I'm thinking Jabari Smith.
No, it's like sometimes you'll get a guy that's 30.
Well, I know he held a private workout, or didn't hold one, but he had one with Phoenix a week or 2 ago. And yeah, I remember seeing the same thing. Jabari Parker was going to be on the Bucks roster. That's insane.
I know. And so you get guys that are either, year 1, year 2, maybe year 3. And
Kessler Edwards, a year 3 guy.
Yeah. Some teams electing to play guys like Jabari Smith hit the game winner the other night. You're seeing Benedict Mathurin playing for the Pacers. So some guys that have, I wouldn't say completely established themselves, but the guys have played quite a bit of minutes are still playing in Vegas.
But it's what you said. They haven't completely established themselves because people are asking Jabari Parker Jr. about that. Like, why are you here?
Or Jabari Smith Jr.
Jabari Smith Jr. See, that's going to throw me for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith Jr., like, why are you here?
Yeah.
And I loved his answer was like, I had an up and down rookie year.
Yeah.
Like, I did not establish myself last year. Like, I need reps.
Right.
And I think that was like, yeah, you're right. I think guys that did not come out and dominate or at least have a super solid rookie year like Jabari Smith Jr., they do need reps. And I like the fact that he's not of the mindset that, hey, man, I was a number 3 overall pick. Like, I'll figure it out. I don't need to be in Summer League.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, dude, I need to play basketball.
Yeah. It's funny about this, and I know we're going to get back into the in-season tournament coming up in our next segment, but when we were talking about this earlier about athletes and competing, look, this is Summer League. Even a Summer League game that's not playing for the Summer League championship, everybody's waiting for Victor Wembanyama on Friday night. Just waiting. Okay. And that the Rockets Blazer game seemingly kept taking forever, so that you could just see the crowds they're showing shots of Victor. He's in the tunnel. He can't wait to go. And seemingly a meaningless, inbound Rockets just end this game. They threw it in. Jabari catches it, shoots, hits the game winner, and they go nuts. And it's like, well, here it is. It's competition. People trying to win when you're competing, and they had it. They just were thrilled that they hit a game winner like that.
Yeah, and it was a game winner by a guy that they've heard of.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? If that's like the 12th guy on the roster,
that's a good point
for the Rockets. Like you're probably
it's a high lottery pick that was going to go number 1 last year, but fell to 3.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I know that guy. Maybe this is a step for him that's going to help him throughout his career. And it seems like it's just super fun, laid back vibe.
Mhm.
You just kind of like, you're not going to see the best basketball in the world in Summer League.
No. But you are going to find some guys, some finds, and different ages and experiences, and that's what makes it pretty cool. All right, we mentioned the in-season tournament. The Cup is coming, the NBA Cup. We've got that.
Can we just call it that, the Cup?
The Cup, yeah. If it becomes big, it's enough, right?
Screw
People understand it.
Stanley. We have the Cup.
Like you have the finals, or
Right.
the finals of the Cup.
The Cup.
The Cup. It's coming up, the in-season tournament. Do you like the concept? Jay and I discuss that next here on Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Just in general, I don't want to see a no-hitter. I would...
In general?
Yes.
You
Are
don't want to be
kidding
part of
me?
history?
No!
You don't even want your team throwing a no-hitter?
No! No! I paid money to watch the ball be hit over the fence. I did not pay money to see nobody hit a baseball for 2 hours. What?
It's Whitey and Watkins, debuting Monday, July 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's Monday. Comfortable start to the day, and temperatures will be warming up this afternoon. Expect bright sunshine with highs in the lower 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
It's been said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when it comes to a nice, cool summer, it's so true. Right now, get a complete air conditioner tune-up for just $79. Bonnie. Plumbing, sewer, electrical, heating, and air. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, get up to 40% off select bathroom faucets and vanities. Plus, buy Southwire Romex Simple 12-gauge indoor wire at our everyday low price of $109. Head to your local Lowe's or visit us at Lowe's.com for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Valid 7/6 through 7/12 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I'm looking for fuel injector cleaner.
Right now, buy a bottle of Chevron Techron Complete Fuel System Cleaner and get one free. Only at AutoZone.
Will it also help with my mileage?
Get everything you need to restore your performance in MPGs.
Get in zone.
Wait, is it good for trucks too?
Whatever vehicle you have, you can find the right products and parts at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and, and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916 520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland Athletics selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby, featuring MLB's superstars Luis Robert, Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Those are your headlines. It's time for hour number 3 of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
So you did go for the Cliff Bar, huh?
Yeah, I was showing it right now.
Sorry, caught you mid-bite.
Hey, now.
He's JayMarrz. I'm Jason Ross. Carmichael Dave off this week. Kyle Ledbetter running the show. We take you till 10, as we will have Whitey and Watkins stepping in with a little crosstalk. Celebrity birthdays later in the show. We will have streaking later this hour. We're going to have a little contest amongst the three of us. I've made up a game today.
Oh?
Yeah, we'll explain that coming up.
A streaking game?
Maybe.
Oh!
Related to that with the Home Run Derby tonight. But we have basketball today. The Kings will be in action. Game 2, they take on the Clippers. For those of you that are coveting that 3rd Summer League title, hey, they're out there. Go for it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, 3-peat in Vegas. Well, it's not really a 3-peat.
It's not a 3-peat, but it would be another one, right?
3rd time's a charm.
No one has 3.
I
don't think anyone else has 2.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone has 2.
Really?
I think the Kings are the greatest Summer League dynasty.
I mean, what are the other organizations doing wrong?
It just comes down to roster building when you think about it, and implementing offense and defensive systems that fit around it. That's just something the Kings are just better at than other orgs.
So they have named 9 Summer League champions over the years, because they used to have the Summer League, but they didn't name a champion. They just played the games and went home. The Kings are the only team with 2 championships, one in 2014 and one in 2021.
Most dynasties,
How's it feel?
I mean, 2 and 9, come on.
Now,
Come on.
The Portland Trailblazers have made the championship 3 times. I believe they've only won 1.
They're not winners.
No.
They don't know how to do
They're
it.
essentially like they were 1 title loss away from being the Buffalo Bills of NBA Summer League.
Kings have been there twice. They win. All they do is win.
So no, they're like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, automatic.
Sorry, I have to make a correction here. Portland did win the championship last year against the Knicks, so Portland has 2 now. They've played in the championship 3 times, and Portland has 2. They confused me
so well before you.
The layout confused me. Sorry, Portland won in 18 and 22.
Got a new rival.
No kidding.
But Sacramento beat Portland in the semifinals in 21.
The real reason why they're trading Dame.
Yes.
Build up their Summer League roster.
Yes.
I got you, Blazers. You don't fool us. Ugh. Now, who will be playing like that with a desire to win the NBA Cup?
Nobody.
Oh, JayMarrz is not a believer in the NBA Cup. So when we are talking about the games that are going on this year, when the schedule comes out, this is a cup game. Will you not have any extra added excitement?
No, I will not. Do you think, okay, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I think Golden One's going to be sold out already most of the season. I think I'm pretty sure season ticket sales went really good for the Kings. Not that they send me those numbers.
They did.
Yeah,
they have.
I was pretty sure they did. Let's say for instance, like 3,000 tickets still available, right? Do you think the cup adding a cup game? They're like, oh man, those 3,000 tickets, they're gonna get gobbled up quick.
Maybe, but you know how our market
For
works.
Kings and Raptors cup game.
I feel
Not
like
that's a cup game, but you get my point.
I feel like the NBA Cup is so tailor-made for this market. Because look, the cup games are also going to be look, every game's on TV, every game's on the radio.
National televised cup games.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden, the Kings are on national TV, which our crowd seemingly cares more than just about anybody. We don't have enough national TV games. They're going to get some this year, and if one or two happen to be when the cup's on,
dude, they're going to be like NBA TV games, though.
They still count. NBA Canada. Hello, Canada.
Good morning.
Kings play tonight on NBA TV.
See, I mean, they just television loves the Kings.
I love that you're into the cup.
I am into the cup.
You're the only person I've met that is like super juiced for this.
I wouldn't know if I'm super juiced, but look, when there's 82 games, you know this, like some games in the regular season, okay, this isn't what happened, but just imagine last year's best regular season game was the Kings and the Clippers. What if that was a cup game?
I don't think it changes it.
It doesn't, but it was a great regular season game, right?
Sure. And do you
think what if it just happened to line up as a cup game?
So that's added value?
Well, for the cup, like the importance of winning, I would say this.
I get your point. Are you trying to be like the NBA would have super sold it in the sense of like, this is how important the cup is?
The greatest cup game in the history of
basketball. The greatest regular season game happened because it was a cup game?
What a coincidence.
That's a lie.
But those games are few and far between. Do you have highlights from a Kings Raptors game last year?
I don't. Okay. Other than the Kings sucked against the Raptors.
Actually, Raptors is a wrong example. Yeah. It needs to be a Western Conference team. But Kings Spurs memory from last year?
Kings won, right?
Probably. No, they did not. They lost to the Spurs at home. They could have clinched the playoffs that day.
That's right. Good memory.
Julian Champagny.
So, yes, I do now have a memory, Jason Ross.
But things like that.
And again, hey, guess what, Kyle? They would have clinched if it were a cup game.
I think you're right. I can't argue with that.
Extra motivation. What I don't understand, look, some of the logic behind this has been they're looking for more sizzle to the beginning part of the season.
Right.
This is during the NFL. I don't know that the NBA can do anything to make that difference.
Hey, listen, I will tell you this. There will not be, I don't know if the combined audience of Thursday night cup games would be more than Thursday night football throw out to NFL teams. It doesn't matter who they are.
Jaguars and Titans.
Jaguars and Titans probably doing a bigger audience than a cup games.
If you get a double header, and I don't know how the East is broken down, but you get a Bucks, Celtics, and I don't know.
Kings Warriors.
Thursday night football smashes them fools.
Yeah. I mean, look, if I'm running the NBA, which obviously I'm not, I loved when the NBA after the lockout or whatever that one year started at Christmas. I
do too.
I think that's me personally. If I'm running it, that's day one. That's the day you've kind of established as a big day for the NBA. And I don't care that you go into August or September.
I think people would prefer it, right?
Yeah.
I would so much rather have basketball go into July, August than have the off season be like kind of September, October.
Yeah.
Maybe you do a fall league instead of a summer league.
Yeah.
And so
draft would be different, but whatever.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It would be just better from a sports watching standpoint as a fan.
And imagine if your
Christmas Day Cup
free agency, your hype, like the Twitter wars of when you get all that excitement is right in the middle of the NFL.
Yes. Exactly.
Then you have a chance to. You're not playing games, but you're going, what? And Kyrie Irving went where? LeBron got traded to who? Oh my gosh!
And your playoffs, it's like, man, in the middle of summer where people are clamoring for something.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Remember that happened 2 years ago because they had to make up the schedule. The Bucks won the championship in the middle of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people now would
even go even further.
Yeah,
to
you
August.
Go further into August if you started the regular season like that.
That's what I would do.
I would do that as well, but I'm sure there's reasons why they don't.
All right, so the cup doesn't do anything for you.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Like, I'm sorry.
And I wonder if it will. Now, I will say this, and I think this is very much sports in America because I think we're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. It's like we want, to me, the playoffs and the championships are what we're all measured on. the NFL has done an amazing job of making regular season games have an appeal and a zip and a draw, but there's so few. The NBA and baseball can't do that because, I mean, yeah, you could cut down the season, but I still think even if you cut down the NBA season to 55 games, you're basically still going to wait for that postseason.
You are, but it makes the regular season more important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to see the load managing you see because, man, load managing a guy when
not as much.
But, like, I mean, we saw baseball ratings of, I mean, in 2020 when the pandemic happened, sports ratings were down in general.
Yeah, everything was weird.
From NBA to NFL to NASCAR to golf, you name it, it was down. Except people do their research. Regional sports networks for baseball during a 60-game season saw higher ratings. I don't think that's a coincidence because those games, those regular season games mattered way more.
I wonder if that almost everything then has to be thrown out, though. I don't know the answer. It might be true. It might be a fact, but I just felt like people were locked down. It was such a weird time.
But I mean, but then if that were the case, though, then why was sports just in general? And remember, this is also during the 2020 election cycle, which that's where most eyeballs were.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think, and I know we're kind of getting onto a different topic here a little bit, but we can tie it back into the NBA Cup. I just don't think it matters. I think if you want to make the regular season matter more, less is more.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're saying, well, we're not cutting regular season games, then you need to cut playoff spots.
Well, isn't this kind of a grab at that, though, to see if we can draw more attention to the regular season with this cup? I don't know if it will.
No, it's 100%. I agree with you. That's why they're doing it. But basically a quote unquote title that, let's just call it what it is. It's a meaningless title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody is going to be celebrating their NBA cups like their NBA titles. Like,
you're right. You're right. I just wonder, at what point did it work? Why did it work? Why does it work in soccer?
Because it's basically, they've done it in soccer since it was already established.
So 15 years from now, is this a bigger deal?
I don't think so, because there was 75 years prior to it.
But I also feel like, okay, now the person that you got involved in the NBA when you were about, what, 8, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Honestly, 4 or 5.
Okay. So if you knew then, or your son now, Isaiah's like, oh, I think this cup thing is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he grows up with it. And then it's like, no, the cup is a big deal. Now, it may not be to you, to me, to people that have been watching the league for years. I just don't know. And I think it's going to go along as long. What I like about it, Jay, is that they've kept it authentic to the regular season. They haven't made this a separate thing where it's, like I said earlier, hey, we're going to take 2 weeks off to tackle this cup. And it's like, well, for what? Why are we doing this? That's where I think you get a lot of load management. I think since this is inherently just tied into the regular season, yeah, some guys could sit out a game, but I don't think it's because it's the cup. I think it's just because, hey, it's a Tuesday. Kawhi's played 4 games in a row. I'm sitting out today.
Yeah, I do agree with you that those games having to actually matter as far as the regular season, which clearly plays into playoff seeding. Yes, that does matter. It's just still the idea that, like, there's, like, seriously, let's rank these 5 for you in the NBA in order of most important to least important. NBA title,
number 1.
Conference title,
okay.
Division title, Summer League, NBA Cup.
I would put the cup above Summer League.
Okay, but not above a division title, right?
I don't think, no, I don't think so, because that gets you to the last, closer to the last. This doesn't do, because the worst team in the league, in theory, could win the cup.
Right. And so we always talk about it. Division titles don't matter. You're talking about introducing, again, an award.
Mm-hmm.
You win the cup that is probably going to be more meaningless than a division title.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to have the appeal that they're hoping.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. And they're going to get it done early because it's happening in November and then December. The worst, knock on wood, this would never happen, but the worst thing is if somebody got seriously hurt in, like, the games in Vegas.
Yeah, no, because
and that's nobody's desire.
And more so, remember the in Vegas, the quarterfinal and semifinal game counts towards the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
It's the championship game that doesn't. Somebody, blows an ACL in a title game. Oh boy.
Yeah. Not what you want. Not what anybody wants. All right. What is the path, though, for the Kings in their first NBA Cup? We do know who the 4 teams that are in their pool. We'll discuss that when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
The Kings are running it back.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes. Alex Lynn just went above the iron with a two-hand throwdown. And that was as nasty as we've seen him in a Kings uniform.
And welcoming some new faces.
Oh, and here comes Vazenkov. He gets the big finish. Fisher rejected by Mr. Vazenkov.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, playing last year in AAA, Brent Rooker said the last thing on his mind was making an All-Star team. Well, now he is an All-Star, named to the team as the A's representative before the last game of the most recent homestand against the White Sox, and he punctuated that announcement by blasting his 14th home run, a 441-foot shot to straightaway center field. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
So the cup is happening.
See, are you writing down? What are you writing down? You got cup matchups?
I was looking at what the potential could have been for the Kings. So the way they did the cup was they have all 15 teams in the Western Conference, 3 different pools, and they basically did it off last year's seeding. So the top 3 teams we know was Denver, Memphis, and Sacramento.
Yes,
that's kind of starts. Each one represents a pool. Then you get the next tier below you. So the Kings in that first group that's introduced into their tiers, the Warriors, who they honestly faced in the playoffs. But, Jay, it could have been the Clippers or Phoenix. So they avoided them. They get Minnesota. It could have been the Lakers or New Orleans. Not a bad draw there. They get OKC.
I don't know. I mean, Minnesota, the Kings did not match up well with Minnesota last year.
OKC could have been Dallas or Utah. Now, Dallas wasn't a playoff team, but I think they're going to be considerably better this year. And then the last one, they got the Spurs, which is fun. That brings the Wembanyama factor in. Could have been Houston or Portland. So, I mean, if you look at the Kings pool, if we're worrying about the cup, they will play games against Golden State, Minnesota, OKC, and San Antonio. I don't know if they're the favorite there, but I feel like the 2 favorites are the Kings and the Warriors going into that.
I mean, they should be, right?
Yeah.
Although Kings didn't match up well with Minnesota. Oklahoma City, I think, is going to be tough this year.
Yeah.
If Chet Holmgren can be a thing, and by a thing, I mean just a good rotational piece this year, I like the Thunder. And the Spurs, it's interesting. They're kind of the wild card, I would say, of this pool.
Mm-hmm.
Of all 5 of those teams, to me, they're the biggest question mark, just because how big of a factor will Victor Wembanyama be from a win-loss standpoint this year?
I didn't see all the details. It makes sense to me. Whoever wins the most games in the 4 matchups you play. So let's say the Kings go 4-0. Well, they're going to advance. From each pool, there's going to be one team that advances, and then it's the highest finisher after that from any of the pools. There's a decent chance there's the same record. How do they decide?
That's
is it
what
total points. I didn't go into the minutia of the
technically
tiebreakers.
Everyone could go 2-2 in the poll, right?
It could, in theory.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
how do they break that? How do they break who's the winner of that if it's that scenario, and who's the highest finisher?
The wild card teams.
Yeah. I mean, what if you have 2 teams that are 3-1? How do you separate that?
Oh, by the way, do you think anyone is going to be fighting for a wild card spot in the NBA Cup?
It's like, wait, now it's point differential. So then all of a sudden at the end, wow, they're keeping their starters in. They're scoring 30 extra points in the 4th quarter. I mean, I don't know to the details of all this stuff. But.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of minutia there that I just find completely unnecessary. But when you're looking at it, right, I would imagine to get out of your pool 3-1
at a minimum.
Yeah. 4-0 obviously gets you out of there.
For sure.
But I think if you're 3-1, you have a good shot of at least getting out as either the winner of the poll or as a wild card team.
Yeah.
So really, I don't think you'll see any 2-2 teams in there. So really, I think in order to get into the knockout round, you're looking at 3-1, 4-0.
Which is also what you want to do in the regular season. We say that all year long. Like, look, and Mike Brown did that this year. He's not the first coach to say it, but take the season in 5-game chunks. If you go 3-2 in every 5-game chunk, you're going to be in the playoffs. I think that's about a 48-win team. So if you just keep winning 3 out of your 5 games, in this case, if you win 3 of your 4, you probably are in. If you win all 4, you're in. And it's what it does is now it's eventual tiebreakers. It's all the things you root for in a regular season without a cup. Get as many wins against the conference that you can.
For sure. I think the other interesting side of this is you have teams that start hot every year that fade.
For sure.
Who's going to be that team that starts super hot and gets in and maybe even wins it, right? Is that to me, I'm like,
was that New Orleans last year? Remember they were the 1 seed around Christmas time.
Dude, Portland, what were they in their first 10 games? Like 8-2?
That's right. Utah got off to a crazy hot start.
So Utah, now that might be the team, right? Because they were like, New Orleans got hurt.
Yeah.
And Portland, I think, even got some injuries, but like Utah just kind of,
they're going to be terrible. They got rid of Gobert, they got rid of Mitchell, and then here they are off to a good start.
Right. And by the trade deadline, they had kind of regressed towards the mean, which is why I say Utah's a great example. Because Utah's the type of team that could have, if this did this last year, right, could have been a team we were talking about. And let's say they win the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
There's going to be so much hype around a team like that. Like, oh, man, a team went from nothing to winning the NBA Cup champion. And then by the trade deadline, it's going to be like, it didn't matter. And I think that's where we might be going with this.
Yeah. What I think all along, and you brought this up earlier, like if there was a guarantee for a team, if they won and they got a playoff berth or something along those lines, I think all along when this thought has been talked about for the last 5 years, like, well, what's the incentive for the players? Now they've got financial incentive. That's going to move the needle for some, not for everybody. But still, I think, look, at our jobs, if we're doing something we're asked to do on a regular basis, this is going to be deemed something a little different, and you're all getting extra money for it. Yeah, none of us are turning it down. But I think the league is going to do this until they can figure out what is the sweet spot of the incentive, of the motivation, of the impact on fans. They're going to keep tweaking. This is the first run at it.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be tweaked because I told you, I just don't see it mattering. And that's just it. When you don't have stakes, when your stakes are only financials, and by the way, $500,000, again, I think that's per player.
I think it is too.
Okay.
Which is a significant amount of money. And it's really
significant to me and you and guys at the end of a bench.
I don't know. I still think, I know like the biggest contracts, guys are making 40 and 50 million per, which is crazy, but still to get an addition, I mean, that's still a nice chunk of change.
What's going to be interesting is you'll see, let's say it's a team that has top tier paid talent on them. Let's give me the Warriors.
Yeah.
Great example. Bunch
Steph's
of guys,
one of the
right?
highest paid guys. Draymond's got a bunch of money now. Yeah.
Like what, do they donate that to the guys at the end of the bench? Do they take them out to like, hey, we're going to take our check and we're just going to go have the nicest dinner of all time? Because really, like, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. Like, that's a drop in the bucket to guys like that. Like an actual drop in the bucket. Like, that is not an incentive for Steph Curry to go out there and win the cup, is the additional $500K. Like, let's be real about this.
Yeah, but what motivates Steph on a Tuesday night to beat Charlotte? What motivates Steph on a Draymond on a Wednesday to beat the Kings?
That's the thing. I don't think there is a motivator.
It's like the regular season
it's just like
push.
We're
like,
supposed to go push. That's what I'm saying. The financial incentive is not a stake for these guys to go out there and win this.
And I don't know what other draw they can find, what other carrot they could put out there that would be big enough to, because honestly, if we said a draft pick, well, that to me is irrelevant to a player because it's like, wait, you may be drafting a player that's taking my position. A playoff position is intriguing, but if you establish that in November or December, I think you run the risk of reverting to what the league is trying to avoid, is having guys miss games.
Yeah.
Because like, let's take the Warriors, an experienced team, and you told them, especially the season they had a year ago where they had to kind of fight at the end a little bit, or the Lakers, if they won the cup and they were having the season they did before the trade deadline, maybe they don't make the trades. Maybe like, well, we're in. We'll just ride this out. Well, they made the trades. They got crazy hot. They get to the conference final. They're conference finals.
Play-ins first before that.
So, but at that point, they're like, I don't care. We'll shut down LeBron. We'll slow down AD. And it's like, we're in. That can't be it either.
That's what I mean. I don't think there is anything, because here's the problem with trying to establish a tournament at any point during an NBA season. You've already established that the biggest tournament happens at the end, and that is the big prize.
Right.
So you can't find an equivalent to that. So you can only find something that means less.
Yeah.
And so again, like, what can you draw from that? Like, basically, hey, come win this tournament that means less than the title?
Yeah, I just think the win for the league is this. You're right. The end goal is the title. I think that'll remain. I don't think they're going to, replace that. But if they sell this again to television as a separate entity with the with their deal coming up, and this becomes a deal, whether it's a big deal or not, but a deal. You get the teams behind it and some fans in the future thinking it's a bigger deal. Even if it's by a few percentage points, it's a win for the league compared to the regular season.
I think it's a win for the league because, you'll see some additional eyeballs for sure, because the NBA is a marketing machine, right?
They'll figure out how to market
They'll
that.
figure out how to market it. You'll see additional eyeballs. I mean, the biggest win for them is the sponsorships.
Yeah.
It's the sponsorships. And, oh, by the way, and when I mean they're going to be marketing the ever-living out of this, they're getting ready for another TV deal.
Exactly.
They want to tell those, potential who's going to buy the rights, like, hey, we also have this additional thing that brings more eyeballs, more ad money, which means more money coming into NBA pockets. I mean, that's really what it's about.
You have it on TNT, Ernie, Shaq, Charles and Kenny are there, and, it's the first ever cup, and it just, you put the big lights on it, and all of a sudden now you're watching going, man, I wish we had made that.
Or maybe you even sell it as a separate, hey, TNT's going to buy X, Y, and Z. The cup is a separate thing for sale. Maybe NBC buys the cup.
Right.
And you get that NBC money now.
Now all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, we have new announcers, it could become or Apple TV or someone else buys it.
Yeah. So again, this
then
is
it's
really,
a win for the league.
So again, I think we've established this is really just a cash grab for the league.
But different than, okay, the Kings are playing the T-Wolves on a Tuesday. Oh, the Kings are playing the T-Wolves on Yahoo for the cup, and it's like, all right, this is.
I think you keep going to the T-Wolves because you're just wanting to perpetuate your anti-Karl Anthony Towns agenda, which I know you do not like him.
Facts. All right, when we come back, there is a new king, Chris Duarte. The trade finally happened. He was in Vegas. He talked to the media. We'll have some clips from that when we come back here on Sactown Sports.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third to score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
Sacramento, get ready for the launch of Flex Power Tools at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Come on down this Saturday, July 15th for a one-day Flex Tool launch party. Witness live demos, score unbeatable deals on all Flex products, and get a free 3.5 amp hour 24-volt battery with every kit purchase. Grab a rear handle saw kit with a free 10 amp hour battery for just $299. Power up with Flex at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Don't miss it this Saturday, July 15th at 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
Y'all ready to do it again, Sacramento? Country in the Park 2 is coming to Heart Health Park at Cal Expo Saturday, September 9th with Cole Swindell, Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, and more. Plus, a mechanical pool, line dancing saloon, and all the food. Tickets start at $40 or grab your Coors Light Y'all Access passes for $125. For more info, visit SactownSports.com. Country in the Park 2, brought to you by Hoblet Dodge, E2 Family Winery, and Hyatt Vacation Club.
Get your superhero squad together and join forces as we take on the Minnesota Twins on Saturday, July 15th during Marvel Superhero Day. All fans can enjoy this special Marvel-themed day at the ballpark, along with fun photo opportunities, character appearances, and in-game features as part of the fun. Get there early to snack a Captain Marvel bobblehead presented by Extra Mile. Tickets start at just $10 and are available at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
Hello, Sacramento. Doug Christie here, and I have something to share. Recently, I asked myself to determine the one most indispensable thing I use to do my job, the one I couldn't do without. The winner, forget the phone, which I live on, and the video editor, which makes my life understandable. The winner was the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Yes, the one I tell you about each week keeps me going comfortably supported, pain relieved, and vital. So it strikes me that if Good Feet is the most important go-to tool to relieve pain or just keep me going, shouldn't you give it a try? I think so. Come to the Good Feet store today for a free, no obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk. Experience the comfort, balance, and support of the Good Feet 3-step arch support system. Good Feet in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
The Gold Rush Classic takes place July 13th and 14th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun and play golf with a celebrity, or just check out the concert. The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. For more info, go to goldrushclassic.org.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland A's selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby, featuring MLB superstars Luis Robert, Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours of the show on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Now let's return to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
See, you can make things matter if you want them to, Jay. You just gave me a stat I did not know.
Yeah, we were workshopping it during the break. The Kings currently have 3 former MVPs on the team.
On the team now?
Yes.
Explain.
Okay, Davion was a co-MVP in the Summer League.
Yeah.
Keegan was Summer League MVP last year.
Yes, he was.
And Sasha was EuroLeague MVP.
I mean, stacked with stars. I say Cup favorites.
How many Sacramento Kings, because, by the way, when we were talking about the NBA Cup, we haven't even talked about this part yet. Not only is there a Cup MVP,
okay,
but there's all-tournament team.
Yes.
How many Kings will be on the all-Cup tournament team?
Better advance. Now, the worst thing would happen to be to me this year, and I could picture this happening. So I'm kind of the one that's excited about the Cup.
Jason, weirdly pro-Cup guy.
Yeah, and so let's say the first matchup's the Warriors, second one's the T-Wolves, and they start 0-2. I'm like, it's over. Like, they'll have 2 regular season losses, and they're out of pool play. I'm like, this, I hate it.
You know what's funny? I know you're doing a bit. That's going to be Dave.
I know.
That's going to be Dave.
I might be with him on that.
Like,
if they start 0-2 in the Cup, I'm like, they're out.
Yeah. Well, but actually, it's not so much. I have him like seasons over guy. Like, right?
Oh, I won't be that. Yeah.
No, he'll be seasons over guy. But for real,
that's true. Because Dave's like, oh, they've lost 3 in a row. Like, If they don't beat the Wizards tonight, I mean, you can't beat the Wizards. I think you're out.
Update, JayMarrz. We have 4 MVPs on the Sacramento.
Wait a minute. Don't reveal yet. 4?
I can get this.
At least 4.
At
And
least
researching
4.
the rest. We have a 4th.
All right, don't spoil it yet, Kyle. Let's see if Jay and I can crack the code. They're currently a Sacramento King in some way, shape, or
Yes,
form?
a Sacramento King has won an MVP.
Mm.
In addition to Sasha, EuroLeague MVP.
Hint, is it a college MVP?
Yes.
Why do I feel like it's Domas in Gonzaga? That's wrong.
That is incorrect.
Is it Harrison Barnes?
I haven't looked him up yet, but that's not the one I found.
Herder?
Have not looked him up yet.
Davion.
Davion already was a Summer League MVP. You've had enough guesses. It's De'Aaron. De'Aaron Fox was the SEC tournament MVP during his 1 year at Kentucky.
Excellent.
We're racking up MVPs.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. We do have a new king. I don't know if Chris Duarte's won an MVP. He's probably somewhere along the line. High school, college, somewhere.
He tweeted out "Light the beam." I feel like that was an MVP level tweet.
He's one of us.
Yes.
He is one of us. The
By
trade
the way,
that
is
was
everybody that gets traded here, that's going to be their first tweet.
If they don't,
or thread.
They are not a true king.
No.
Chris Duarte, where does he fit in? What do you think he's going to be utilized as? To me, Jay, when they did the trade, I went, oh, interesting. It doesn't cost the Kings much, but I feel like this is a low risk, potential high, reward on it. If he does more like he did in his rookie year with the Pacers.
Yeah, Scoop Jackson was on last week with Rami and Zachariah, and he had mentioned how he thought this was like a really good under the radar move by the Kings. I thought Duarte was really good his rookie year. Again, he is going into his 3rd year. I believe he'll be 25 or 26 this season. Like he was the 13th overall pick in 21, but I want to say he was a 5-year college guy with a redshirt year, at least 4.
He was a junior college player who transferred to Oregon.
Got it. Okay. So, yeah, he got drafted at 23. So he's
lived a little.
Yeah. But again, I think what this really does is address 2 things for me. Bench depth. As good as the Kings bench was last year, we talked about it all year. It's like, okay, we knew like Trey Lyles was the guy, Davion, Malik. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But after that, it was just like, I don't know.
Could be Terrence Davis, could be Metu, could be, whoever.
Committee, Alex Lynn. I mean, they even gave Rashawn a couple shots last year to do it. But it really was, to me, adding depth to the bench, which was important, especially if, someone like a Harrison Barnes does miss 5 games this year, or Kevin Huerter gets hurt again, Malik Monk gets hurt. Like, he's a guy that can go out there on the wing and score. He's already shown he can play really well with Domas. But I do like the idea that, again, it's just another floor stretcher. Yeah. And I don't think you can have enough guys in the NBA, and especially with the Kings and what Mike Brown does on offense, you can't have enough guys that stretch the floor. And I feel like last year, once you got towards the end of that bench, Davion doesn't stretch the floor. Malik is a 3-point shooter, but it's not like he's a spot-up guy waiting to get his shot. Right. I mean, Malik is more like get the ball in my hands. Trey Lyles is a stretch, but that was about it off the bench last year. I think they wanted Chimezie to be that, but it's just wasn't going to be a thing consistently at all.
Yeah, well, let's hear from Chris Duarte, who was in Vegas, met with the media out there, talking about becoming a King. And basically, at first, he was surprised that he was traded to Sacramento.
Yes, I was surprised. I was at home with the family when I received the call. This is how the business works, And like I say, I go wherever God takes me. And I'm really excited about this new opportunity for me. So this is a great team, great franchise, great fan base. I've seen videos of how loud the fans get. So I love that. I like that.
So he basically got caught up in the numbers game in Indiana because I think they liked him. They drafted him, as you mentioned, pretty highly, thought highly of him in his rookie year. Rick Carlisle comes in there and they kind of changed some things around. And then personnel, they had Halliburton and Hield, signed or drafted Mathurin, already had TJ O'Connor. They just had many different guards.
And he had injuries last year too. So when you have injuries on a team that already has a glutton of players at your position, it's really hard to work yourself back in the rotation unless you are like a Tyrese Halliburton, which Chris Duarte is not that guy.
Right.
Again, he's a rotational piece on NBA teams. So when you got 4 or 5 of those, if you have someone that's a steady hand. And listen, I don't think anyone predicted Benedict Mathurin to kind of step out the way he did last year. Like, I thought Benedict Mathurin was a good pick, but man, he was really good last year. And I think him more than anybody is who really ate at Duarte's numbers.
Yeah, and so Duarte now is a King. He did play with Domantas Sabonis in Indiana before. Let's hear about his relationship with Domas.
Domas took me under his wings since day one. When I got to Indiana, he just, walked me through, hey, CD, this is what it's like to be in the NBA. Make sure you do this, make sure you do that. So I really appreciate him, and great dude, great person. I met his family. I can sit here and talk about him for hours. So I just say that we have a good relationship. Me and him, we just have good chemistry, a good connection. We both speak Spanish, so that always helps. We just got a good connection on the court. I just know how to play with him.
No surprise, Domas taking someone under their wing. I mean, Domas just seems like the greatest teammate.
Yeah, no. Last year it was Keegan. Keegan was the guy who took under his wing his rookie year. So, and I think with Chris Duarte, again, what people are going to see, like Chris Duarte can score the ball. And that's the big thing you're going to see. And when you talk about him and Domas, I forgot who had the stat, but I think it was because the funny thing is they only played half season together because that was the year that Domas got traded to Sacramento. But I think it was either like while they're on the court, it was like Chris Duarte, like 40% of his 3-point makes came from assists from Domas.
Yeah.
So it's one of those.
Domas makes everybody better.
Domas just makes everybody better. And I think he's in the perfect position to thrive in Sacramento off the bench. It's a guy that can score the ball. Like I said, he has a career high at 30 points. Not afraid to shoot it, can stretch, good 3-point shooter. Shot 37% his rookie year. I would expect him to have a bounce back year in Sacramento from what happened last year in Indiana.
For sure. And let's get another clip here from Duarte about what he thinks he will bring to the Kings on the court.
I'm a shooter, and, just playing around Sabonis and Fox, 2 all-star players, playing for Coach Brown and, Dodge and Jays and those team staff that we got. I guess they know, what I can bring to the table. So I'm just excited.
The other thing, too, we've always talked about this, Jay, about what Monty's type is. I think he likes experienced players.
Yes.
So Duarte's played a little bit, lived a little bit. He's going to lean shooting. And if you can shoot and they can space the floor, you either have to be able to create the space on the floor or be able to shoot. Those are the players he's looking for.
Yeah, and also I know there's a lot of people that said, hey, I really hope the Kings address defense. Defense. It's all we heard off season. I think it's really hard to address defensive issues with one player. So if that's not a thing, why not just get better at what you do great?
Yeah.
Right? Why not just, okay, we have the most efficient offensive in NBA history.
Yeah.
Let's just add to it.
Yeah. Well, let's get one more clip from Duarte about his belief on that, the importance of playing defense.
Well, something that I learned in Oregon was that defenses always travel. Not every night you're going to shoot the ball well. Right. So you got to bring something else to the table. You got to impact the game in a different way, and defensively, that's how you stay on the court. So I like to play, I like to be on the court. So, and every team love that, when you give effort like that, everybody love that. So.
Yeah, back to like this team still leaning about what they do best. Like Davion's their best defensive player. But if he filled it up a little bit more consistently offensively, he'd be on the floor all the time.
Yeah.
But then you got guys that are just so good offensively. I don't know that they're playing poor defense, but you kind of deal with whatever you're missing on that end. So I think this whole offseason and all camp, Jay, will be working on kind of the core defensive concepts to get better on that side while the offense still thrives.
Yeah, we saw it in the Warriors series. There is an ability to do so.
They can do it.
And I do believe that defense is something that does take a lot more time to build than an offense. But, that's another story for another day. Quickly, second Montreal-born player in Kings history. Who's the first?
Pete Chilcutt.
No. Right era. A little earlier than that, but right. I mean, they actually, guy probably played there a season or two before Chile.
Guard, center, forward, center. I don't know.
Bill Winnington.
Oh, Big Bill. Should have known that.
You should have.
My bad.
You're
Sorry,
a
Bill.
bad Kings fan.
Yeah, I am, clearly. All right, we break here. When we come back, who's hot? Who's not? Let's go streaking and a special game of, we'll call it streaking for tonight. We'll explain. That is coming your way next.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
PGA.com reported that no matter how long you've played golf, you've found things that annoy you on the course. Here's their top 9 pet peeves. Number 9, do you think I can hit yet guy? He hit his tee shot 200, but he's waiting for the green to clear from 250. 8 is where's the beverage card guy who always need more aiming fuel? 7 is the since I'm not playing well, I'm going to complain about everything. 6, leave the green messy guy who refuses to fix a ball mark, spit sunflower seeds, and tap cigar ashes on the green. 5 is the member who acts like he owns the course guy. He's no favorite of the superintendents. Then there's the 1 second, let me count my strokes guy. If you've hit that many shots, just pick it up. 3 is the oblivious to open holes in front and people on our tail guy. 2 is the cell phone talker guy. Hey, we're playing golf here. And number 1 is the good Lord, they're pairing a woman with us guy. While these guys are looking in the woods for a ball, the lady is kindly waiting in the middle of the fairway. What are your pet peeves? That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Wells Fargo lets you know where you stand with your FICO credit score. What if you knew where you stood with everything? Like your kids' friends.
Hey, boys. How do cows stay informed?
Dad, don't.
They read the Moo paper.
Mr. Otis, you're the funniest.
It's good to know where you stand. And when it comes to your FICO credit score, you can with a Wells Fargo account.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getfico to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. FICO is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation in the United States and other countries. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Everyone knows that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Kenny and Jerry here from Bell Brothers. And that's especially true when it comes to your air conditioning system.
A precision tune-up and professional cleaning costs a little bit up front, just $87, but will prevent much bigger, more expensive, and inconvenient problems later.
We actually replace systems all the time from people who don't get annual tune-ups. They either forget or they just don't realize it's important. So instead of their systems lasting 12 or more years like they should, they need to be replaced in just 6 or 7 years.
Don't risk it. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Call Bell Brothers for an $87 air conditioner precision tune-up today and keep your system clean, energy efficient, and in good working shape.
Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. That's 916-444-1234 or online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Surprise guys, Bell Brothers. Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
It is time for What's Hot and What's Not. Who's hot, who's not? Kyle, who's hot?
Who's hot?
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Aces are hot.
Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
Super team.
The Las Vegas Aces lost their second game of the year this past week. However, if they win their last 2 games before the All-Star break, which are against Phoenix and Los Angeles, they will be 19-2 going into the break, which will tie the WNBA record for best record at the All-Star break.
Nice. That makes them hot.
I think the Las Vegas Aces super team, like real talk, has been the best thing for the WNBA.
The WNBA
They're much
is
watched
really good, right?
basketball.
Yeah, they are. They are. I mean, they're great. The New York there's a couple teams that are stacked, but Vegas is
ridiculous.
Connecticut has the second best record, and that was shocking. It's the Vegas Aces.
It's also Connecticut.
The Vegas Aces are also the defending champions,
That's
which
what I'm saying.
is starting basically a dynasty in that sport.
And I think that, I mean, I know the Comets when it first launched were that team, but right now the league's 20 plus years deep. They need kind of that dynasty team to really get. This is like peak time for them to attract some eyeballs. Like I think the Aces are really good for the WNBA.
Who's not?
Who's not? The Oakland Athletics are not.
Oh, too easy.
I know. But
This is his bit.
Yeah.
He picks on the A's every time he gets a chance to.
I bought one of those Cell T-shirts. Should I wear it tomorrow?
I think you should.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. YouTube people, you'll get a
You
treat
bought
tomorrow.
one?
Yeah, the Oaklandish people started selling them after they gave them away.
Ironic that you bought a Cell shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the Oakland Athletics are 25-67 at the All-Star break,
Not bad.
which
It's not good.
just doing the math for you guys, they're on pace to win 42 games this season and lose 120. And the Oakland A's yesterday during the MLB draft were announcing their pick of Jacob Wilson from Grand Canyon University, and Rob Manfred said this.
The Oakland Athletics select Jacob Wilson, a shortstop from Grand Union University.
Where?
Grand Union.
I would not
Where's
go to.
that
I would not
college?
go to Grand Union University.
Wait,
I
did he
wouldn't
mean
go to
Grant?
Grand
Wait, did he
Canyon.
mean Grant Union High School
maybe.
is here?
Man, he got so excited. A shortstop.
That was my favorite thing. It was like a shortstop. Like
that's a position.
Guys, that's the one with the two S's abbreviated. I know that.
And he even went to Grand Union.
What college did he actually go to, Kyle?
That would be for-profit Christian University, Grand Canyon.
I like how he pointed out for-profit Christian University first.
For-profit Christian Nationalist Grand Canyon was the school that he went to.
Okay.
And he did not go to Grand Union, which is what Rob Manfred said.
Is there a school, or did he just make one up?
Nope, just made it up.
I feel like that's a school.
I think
in
the
like
high school that JayMarrz is talking about is what he meant.
Yeah,
But,
Grant Union.
right here.
also, in between that, there was a smattering of sell the team chants during the Oakland A's pick that got cut out of the TV feed, but still.
Really?
I don't know what'll work for Mr. Fisher, but apparently nothing.
No.
Just get him to Vegas is what he wants.
I guess. Even that's kind of now starting to, again, a lot more questions are starting to bubble up
What a
like we
surprise.
thought.
Yeah,
42 and 120. That is the Oakland A's season this year.
Woof. That's all I got to say. All right, let's do it. It is time to go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
All right, we are streaking, so let's revisit what we did on Friday. We had each pick a player, Carmichael Dave, myself, and Jay, to see if we could get a hit going into the All-Star break, basically. Dave was at 3. I was at 9, one away from tying the record. And Jay, you're at 4, so you're on the way up. Dave took from the New York Yankees, DJ LeMahieu. He didn't play.
Oh, that way he didn't get a hit.
No at bat, no nothing. So Dave stays at 3. He'll carry him over to
Thursday?
Friday. I think baseball starts again. I was at 9, trying to get to 10 to tie the record going into the break. So much pressure. To Corey Seager.
6.
Texas Rangers.
Dodgers legend.
5 at-bats. He had to give me at least one hit and 5 at-bats. He got me 2.
Wow.
2 hits, 2 runs, and an RBI.
Matching the season long 10.
You had 10. Now this is my second 10.
See, now you're going to sit there and you're going to stew over who to
I
pick.
got to wait till Friday to figure out who to pick. Jay, you were at 4. You could get halfway to the record.
Could.
With Vlad Guerrero Jr. He had 5 plate appearances. He, too, had 2 hits, 2 runs, and an RBI. We have the same box score there. So Dave stays at 3. I'm at 10. Jay's at 5 when we resume play on Friday. But we got to streak. We got to do something.
So how do you propose we streak when MLB is kind of on a little bit of a break?
They are on a little bit of a break. Today, we're doing the Derby.
Yes.
Me, you, and Kyle. We're picking the Derby. We're going to do this in a snake draft, so we'll pick an order here, go 1 through 3 and back, but we're going to have 3 different categories.
Okay.
We're first going to pick home run derby winner.
Okay.
Longest home run and the least amount of home runs hit from the field. All right. Anybody would like to go first? If you go first, then you're going to, snake back and forth. You know what? I'm just going to pick the order. We'll go me, Jay, Kyle. We'll do it that way. So you can pick any of the 3 categories, too. That's how the strategy of this goes, whether you're picking home run derby winner.
Okay, I got you.
Longest home run, but then we can't repeat, if that makes sense. So you got to qualify what you're doing. So I'm going to go first, and I'm actually going to go with the longest home run. And I think it's going to be from the White Sox, Luis Robert.
Wow.
He'll hit the longest home run.
Okay.
So you can pick derby winner or fewest home runs, Jay.
I'm going to go fewest home runs.
Okay.
I'm going to give that to Randy Arozarena.
Okay.
Well, I was going to kind of pick him to maybe do
You can pick him for another category, but not fewest home runs.
I can't pick him for fewest home runs. Okay. So I will do the longest home run, and I'm going to give it to hometown hero Julio Rodriguez.
That would be great if he did. Okay. Now you get to snake back and get a second pick, either the derby winner or the fewest home runs.
Okay, I will say fewest home runs is going to be Adley Rutschman from the Baltimore Orioles, who I think is the
8th seed. Right?
He's the 8th seed, but it's organized by regular season home runs.
I was going between Arozarena and Rutschman, so
That's
that was
a good
going
call.
to be my other guy.
So Jay, you're up for your second pick, either derby winner or longest home run.
I'll go with longest home run, and I'm going to give that to Adolis Garcia.
Okay. And I have to do my last 2, I guess, which would be derby winner and fewest home runs. So fewest home runs, Kyle already took Rutschman. I'm going to go ahead and take Garcia for fewest home runs. Wow. He might hit the farthest one.
You can do both.
Yeah. And then derby winner, I'm going with tried and true Pete Alonso.
Okay.
Jay, I guess we're all on derby winners, so you can't take Alonso?
I have to take the hero. He's not a hometown hero. He's not from Seattle, but he is a hero in all 50 states. It's Mookie Betts.
Oh, why did I not think you were going to do that? No, Mookie Betts. All right, Kyle. The rest of the other 6 are available for you.
Okay, for my home run derby champion, I am going to select Rosarena.
Wow,
from the Tampa Bay Rays.
Okay,
so you have him winning. I have him hitting the least. So he'll probably finish somewhere like 4th.
Didn't you guys do the same thing? You had Adolis hitting the longest, and he had him hitting the fewest.
Yeah,
yep.
That's very possible. The fewest and the winning is not possible.
Yeah, no. If you hit the fewest home runs, you can't win the home run derby.
Yeah,
this has been
or
confirmed
vice versa
by the rules committee.
Yes,
Rob Manfred just learned about that yesterday.
So who did we ignore? We didn't give any love to
Vlad Jr.
Vlad Jr. Yeah, and he'll probably just pop.
Didn't he go nuts a couple years ago?
Yeah, I feel like Vlad because we all ignored
Vlad.
him. And he just got me a hit in Let's Go Streaking. I probably should have picked him for something.
Yeah, now I'm hoping that Vlad beats Mookie in the first round.
And, man, okay. We'll see. There we go. We played our game.
Mook.
Good luck to all of us. I knew you'd pick Mookie. I'm glad he's playing. He's having a good season for home runs. I don't feel of him as a true home run hitter, but, he hits 25 to 30 a year.
I think he's had 10 leadoff home runs this year.
He did one the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good field. You got Luis Robert versus Rutschman, Garcia versus Arozarena, Betts versus Vlad Jr. That's great. Pete Alonso versus Julio.
I know it's not that segment, but good sports night tonight. We'll get in that next hour.
Yeah.
Good sports night.
Some
Good
things
sports
to choose
watching.
from.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, we do have another hour ahead. What's the very latest on the Sacramento Kings? There's someone you're going to want to watch tonight. How's that Summer League squad doing? And some of the other things to watch for Kings related. We've got that all coming up right here on Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
There's a timeout and Steve Kerr is
that's my favorite gif of all time.
Like a really fake, forced laugh, and Chris Paul laughs back at him, then turns around and gives him the frown.
That is, honestly, I'm not even joking. That's probably my most used gif because people always think they're so funny, making little chuckles like Chris and Co. Where's the Co? Yeah. I get it. That's funny. Yeah, I get it because it's a rotating cast. That's really funny.
It's Whitey and Watkins, debuting Monday, July 10th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sactown Sports.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Sacramento, get ready for the launch of Flex Power Tools at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Come on down this Saturday, July 15th for a one-day Flex Tool launch party. Witness live demos, score unbeatable deals on all Flex products, and get a free 3.5 amp hour 24-volt battery with every kit purchase. Grab a rear handle saw kit with a free 10 amp hour battery for just $299. Power up with Flex at Fasteners Tool Outlet. Don't miss it this Saturday, July 15th at 6701 Power Inn Road. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net. Attention home services contractors who want to grow their business with more leads while leveraging their marketing costs to receive over 10 times the value in advertising. Subcontractors United is offering 40 home services contractors from architects to landscapers to participate in our advertising co-op. For less than $2,100 per month, you'll share in over $83,000 a month in advertising. That's $1 million a year in advertising for under $2,100 a month. And because there's only 3 subcontractors per category, not 3,000, your lead potential is unlimited. Generate more leads than you ever thought possible. Be one of only 3 subcontractors in a category and receive $1 million a year in advertising by leveraging the power of a united group. That's subcontractorsunited.com or Google Subcontractors United for more information. But hurry, categories are filling up.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland Athletics selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby featuring MLB superstars Luis Robert Jr., Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours of the show on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Right now, it's time for the final hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Final hour show flying by today. Great having JayMarrz here in studio with me, Jason Ross. Kyle Ledbetter running the show. Carmichael Dave off this week. He is up in Seattle.
Is he in Seattle the whole week?
I think so. And I know he was saying he was going to go fishing and do some other stuff. I can't believe he's not going to the Derby tonight.
Too expensive for old Carmichael Dave's blood.
Dave
has 7 houses.
Yeah. And
literally getting an elevator installed in house 3.
Really?
Yeah. But won't splurge on the home run derby.
Here's what Dave is good at and what he wants is to be given the tickets.
Yes.
Which,
he's
look,
looking
if
for
I have
donor.
a choice of someone giving me tickets or buying them, yeah, I'd like someone to give me the tickets. But for most of us, we have to purchase said tickets. And I think I'm with you, Jay. I'd rather go to the Derby than the All-Star game, though I do like the baseball All-Star game. I think it's the best of all the All-Star games. I think it's the truest to the game. They do compete. And, this year Shohei's not, but was it last year or 2 years ago? Last year he started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, have him
I think
start.
he would have started this year if he didn't have the blister on his finger.
So if he's starting and he's going against, well, he's not in, but Ellie De La Cruz, Betts, and something else, I'm totally into that.
No Trout this year. That sucks. No Aaron Judge this year. There's a lot of injuries this year.
There is.
Just real quick on that, speaking of All-Stars, baseball put out who has the highest selling jerseys in the league.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You got the top 3?
Top 3. I'm probably, Shohei?
Shohei's number 2.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Judge has got to be number 1, right?
Nope.
No?
American League or National League?
The last 2, so second, again, Ohtani has the second highest selling jersey. Number 3 and number 1 are both National League players.
I'm going to throw out Mookie.
Nope.
No?
Neither. They're not on the same team, correct? No. Is it like an Atlanta Brave or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Acuna?
Number 1, Ronald Acuna Jr.
He is so good. I mean, he is ridiculously good.
He's going to win MVP.
Number 3 is a young player, but a big name.
Young player, big name.
Fernando Tatis?
Got it.
Yeah, let's go. I've got one.
There you go. You do have one.
I do have one of those.
Is that the only Padre jersey? How many Padre jerseys do you own?
I guess I have one in my childhood house, but the only one I have here is Tatis.
Who's the one you own in your childhood house?
That would be Chase Headley.
Wow.
Chase Headley. Is it blue?
Yes, it's blue.
Padre?
Yes. I also had an Andrew Kashner giveaway jersey for a while.
Where is Andrew Kashner these days?
That's like Matt George he had the Matt Chapman A's giveaway jersey he'd wear forever.
Yeah.
Probably still does.
But see, that's how bad my childhood baseball teams were. We were doing Andrew Kashner. I also had a Houston Street giveaway at one point.
Gosh.
A's legend, Houston Street.
A's legend, Rockies. I didn't realize he was a Padre. I forgot. Padres are a team that a lot of people kind of pass through.
Better career if he's Houston Avenue.
Yeah.
I think so.
What about Houston Boulevard?
No.
Court?
Yep.
Drive?
Houston Court.
Houston Drive.
Houston Court's a Hall of Famer,
Houston
dude.
Court, yes. Speaking of the court tonight, the Kings are back on the court. How about that? As they take on the Clippers in Summer League action. Kings did make some news. They waived PJ Dozier. When you're talking about guys, Jay, at the very end or near the end of the bench, I actually think PJ Dozier could do some things. But look, it's not a deal breaker. But he had some good numbers with the Nuggets at one point.
That's before he got hurt, though. He was a regular part of the Nuggets rotation before he got hurt, and it just hasn't bounced back.
So that opens up a spot. They still have another one. They have a 2-way open, another position spot potentially open.
2 position spots.
Is it 2 position spots?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Nemi might get one of them.
And they've got a small amount of cap space. I don't know if they're going to use that to get a player, or if it's someone that's already currently on their Summer League roster.
So they're not over the cap then. Do they not have their mid-level exception?
I thought they used part of it. That's what I kept asking everybody when I couldn't just figure out if Sasha was from the mid-level. It sounds like there was part of it from that, but I don't think they fully utilized the mid-level.
Again, then they can't be to use the mid-level. You have to be over the cap.
Okay.
That's where I get confused with who signed for what, who signed under the cap, who's an exception, because there's also the room exception. I believe they still have a biannual exception they can use this year.
I wonder if they're holding. I mean, I feel like as an organization, they might be pleased with enough with their roster. Now, we might all go, they need to do this, they need to add that. And I've said it and I'll say it again. I know why people think they need a rim protector. I think even if you plugged in the greatest rim protector in the league, I don't know that the Kings play that player.
That's what I'm saying. So, let's go with to me, the biggest quote unquote rim protector on the market right now, and he was linked to them last year's Nerlens Noel.
Yeah.
Who's Nerlens Noel taking minutes from?
Right. I think in a situation where Sabonis is in foul trouble or just rest, they're going to play Trey Lyles.
Yeah. I feel like he is the backup 5 right now, right?
If they are playing Joel Embiid, if they are playing Nikola Jokic, maybe it's Alex Len. That's 2 nights. That's 4 to 6 games a year. It's going to be maybe Sasha. I don't know who else they'll figure out to play 5. Just smaller people.
Right.
This roster is built on pace, tempo, shooting, floor spacing.
So shooting and floor spacing, I brought this up last week. I know you poo-pooed it, and then I saw that he might be rumored for the 14th spot on the Lakers, which, by the way, I've always said the worst thing you can say during the NBA offseason is the Lakers are interested in blank because it's literally everybody that can
can't
breathe.
Remember who I poo-pooed.
Christian Wood.
Oh, yeah, I poo-pooed that.
I don't think he's going to get even mid-level money.
Well, everything to me is relative to price point. So if you get somebody or on the trade on the cheap or that, I'm just not the biggest fan of Christian Wood anymore. I used to be.
But you get him for, again, your biannual, which I think is like $4.5 million.
And then
for 1 year.
Just
2 years,
depth?
maybe. It's bench depth. It's another guy that can stretch the floor. Trey Lyles gets hurt. Or even Sabonis misses time. He's a guy that can start at the 5 for you, stretch the floor.
Yeah, I get the concept of what the Kings are doing. I think there's no safety net if Sabonis gets hurt. I think they're in big time trouble.
No, they're in big trouble, but you're going to want to at least, because I'd imagine Sabonis is going to get banged up this year at some point. Like,
that's why I thought Plumlee made some sense. Like
Plumlee made a
was
lot
a
of
guy.
sense.
Now, in his defense, I heard some of the stuff that he talked about when he re-signed with the Clippers was opportunity. And if he became a King, like honestly, he's been a bench guy his career, but he would have been maybe even a deeper bench guy. Like, I don't know if they still leaned Lyles first or Plumlee, but Plumlee plays closer to the Sabonis style than some of these other bigs.
Yeah, I don't think you can find another big on the market right now. So if I'm looking for another big, okay, I can't replicate Domas, which again, super hard to replicate to begin with. I want someone that can stretch the floor. I don't want someone that's going to clog the paint.
Yeah.
We've already seen that. Like Mike Brown does not want to play bigs that are going to clog unless it's like Alex Lynn and it's just, you need another big body out there. Yeah. I mean, because I'm looking at, centers left on the market. I mean, Bismack Biyombo? No. Willie Cauley-Stein's out there. Fun. Stretch 5, Dwayne Dedman.
Okay.
Did Gorgie Jang sign somewhere?
I don't believe so.
That would be a depth piece I could see.
But that's all. I mean, that's if you feel like you need it. Now, to me, isn't there an argument to be made for another point guard?
Yeah. Or just another ball
like
handler.
Like a Dellavedova type. Like where it's literally, okay, hey, Fox is out tonight. You're starting Mitchell or starting someone else. Because to me, the way this roster runs, they primarily run Fox at the point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Davion's the backup, but either plays that or Monk's the bench facilitator. And then now with all these other versatile kind of position versatility this team has, I think there's a lot of people that can handle the ball, but I feel like one more point guard wouldn't be bad.
Well, who's out there? DJ Augustine.
Okay.
Meh. Michael Carter-Williams. Meh. Goran Dragic. That could be a guy.
If you're doing
very
that.
Very Dellavedova-esque.
What about from their own summer league?
Jordan Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I asked you at the beginning of the show, is it time to start having that conversation?
I think so.
I think he might be more like amped for that two-way, final two-way deal, which again, you can bring him up at any point. But, the NBA there's a reason why the NBA pays that veteran minimum contract. Like teams don't pay that. It's because they want to see vet guys get signed. So if you're the Kings, okay, I can sign Jordan Ford on a two-way and then basically have the NBA pay for my third string point guard.
Yeah.
Goran Dragic is fine. George Hill is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Nunn at one point was thought to be okay. I wouldn't go Kemba Walker. I think he's done. John Wall, again, it's not great.
John Wall's holding workouts.
Austin Rivers is out there.
Besides doing his media tour.
Garrett Temple's out there.
Yeah, that's if you're looking for improvement. Yeah, I don't know what this team is
Rodney
looking
McGruder?
for. What's rest? What's left. I mean, excuse me.
I mean, again, you're at the point of the year where it's slim pickings, man. And when you're filling out the 14th, 15th spot, I personally like to go with vet guys there just in case.
Yeah.
But we always say this, if you're at a point in the season where you're playing whoever that is, 14 or 15, like 25, 30 minutes a game, generally speaking, things are probably not going well.
Yeah, and this wasn't like my own personal opinion last year when it was Quinn Cook or Matthew Dellavedova. I would have taken Quinn Cook. Just that's my thought. I thought a guy you could trust a little bit more in the jump shot.
Guy.
But then when you hear about the team value that a guy like Dellavedova added, I'm like, yeah, I get it. It makes sense. It made sense. I mean, it wasn't like he was a problem. And when he played, he did a few things, but he was there for his experience and leadership.
And that's why I was bringing up a guy like Goran Dragic. Yeah. Probably going to be this is probably his last year if he gets a deal somewhere. Like, to me, he's a guy that if you have to bring him in, break glass.
He made an all-star team, didn't he?
Yeah, I think 2 actually.
Wow.
He's a break glass in case of emergency guy you can put out there for 10 to 15 minutes and probably have the offense at least manage.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I think that's kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah. Well, the Kings still have a couple more decisions to be made. As far as who else is out there, we mentioned a few guys. There's a couple players maybe you all should be rooting for. We'll tell you who that is who are still trying to hook up in this league. We'll do that when we come back here on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
Sactown Sports is your source for the 49ers.
Oh, it was awful. It was awful.
Did that leave a bitter taste in your mouth?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me and Cal had a long meeting the other day. We watched tape. We talked about it. We put it behind us. And just going through the tape and just look how sluggish and, like, how bad it looked on tape. Like I said, just reflecting on last offseason, it kind of played a big role in that. And I'll never put nothing like that back on tape again.
Tune into Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest 49ers offseason developments.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom. Or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
So summertime is a good time for summer league action for rookies to get noticed. Maybe some other guys to get noticed by their own teams or other teams out there. But there's that unique spot, Jay, where there's a few people that are names, I would say, that have made their way in the league that are continuing to work out. Like John Wall is holding private workouts.
Remember last year when he signed with the Clippers and it was like all the social media buzz about just like, oh my God, John Wall, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, one team.
Yeah.
Who's stopping this big three?
Yeah. Them.
Father time.
Yeah. Well, John Wall, when he was injured, then came back. I remember when he was with the Rockets, I went, whoa, I think he got a speed. But like there was a couple of games that I'm like, this guy. But maybe it's one of those things where he can get it for a couple of games and just can't sustain it.
Remember the Kentucky reunion? Finally, we got John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins on the same team in the NBA. I had forgotten for the longest time that was a thing. But yeah, no, I mean.
And Harden.
But I mean, really,
but
Wall and Cousins wanted to be teammates forever. But yeah, no, if you're signing John Wall, kind of like what we were talking about last segment, he's your third point guard.
Yeah.
Maybe fourth.
And I don't know if maybe he's to that point now. Like I remember what was the press conference where Carmelo Anthony, I think, was going to OKC and they're like, oh, your thoughts about coming off the bench? And like, he basically laughed that question, coming off the bench. Well, then he became a bench guy eventually. And I think he got comfortable with that. Maybe John Wall would now be in a spot like, okay, I could be a backup.
And wasn't that kind of the case though in Houston his last year there? They were like, he got hurt again.
Yeah.
And then wanted to come back and play. And they're like, yeah, cool, but you're not starting. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to sit out if I'm not starting.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Some ego there.
Yeah, clearly. I just don't understand how anybody, whether it's him, someone in his camp, his agent, is like, you're still a starter in the NBA.
Yeah. Dion Waiters. I had forgotten that he's still even attempting. Good for him. I appreciate guys still trying. He's not that old, but he is a guy that's bounced around a little bit. He is having some workouts. Some names.
He hasn't played, I think, in
It's been a couple years, right? I think
he
was on the Laker championship team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on the bubble Lakers, and he hasn't played since then.
Okay.
And he only played that year 10 total games. He played 3 for Miami and 7 for the Lakers.
Wow.
So really, I mean, if you really hasn't played in 4 years.
That's right, because Miami cut him after the airplane incident.
Mm-hmm.
What was the airplane incident again?
Where he got too high.
Oh.
And I don't mean that in the sky.
In the plane?
I mean that,
Yeah, he had a panic attack on an airplane.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Some names that you guys know out there that you probably will be rooting for or likely. Ben McLemore.
Oh, love to see Ben get another look.
Always been a good guy. He's bounced around quite a bit, but again, works hard, likable guy, good teammate. He's having some workouts. Harry Giles.
Harry's the one I really want to see. It's unfortunate he got hurt again.
Yeah.
After the Kings let him go. And he's still trying. He's trying to rehab and come back. Guy with a lot of talent, man. I just don't know if his body will allow him to play. But, man, always rooting for Harry Giles. Hope to see Harry catch on with an NBA team.
And then Isaiah Thomas, still grinding, trying to find a team for IT.
I saw that over the weekend that he's holding a private workout. Is it you never want to tell a guy to stop, right?
Yeah.
But it just feels like Isaiah can never catch on anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, how many since you had the injury with Boston, right? They trade him to Cleveland, and he's never been the same.
And it's been what? Denver, Lakers,
Charlotte,
couple G League teams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at
Dallas. That's right.
Yeah, oops, wrong Isaiah Thomas. But the guy's just bounced around, whether it's on 10 days and just can't stick anywhere. So since Cleveland let him go, he's played with the Lakers, Denver, the Wizards, the Pelicans, back to the Lakers, Dallas, Charlotte.
Wow.
Also played for the Grand Rapids Gold, the G League team for the Nuggets.
All those were like 10 days, right? Or a little bit more, if anything. Man. And
how many games do you think he's played since Cleveland dropped him? Just mind you, they let him go in the middle of the 17-18 season.
30?
No, more than that.
Okay.
A lot more than that.
I'll say 82 full season.
Oh, okay. That still surprised me. Is there 1 year they had a decent chunk of games?
Yeah, he played 40 games for Washington in the 2019-2020 season.
Oh, yeah, that was I'm sorry, I wanted a Frosty.
Game.
Yeah. 150.
He didn't play it all last year. He played 100. He's played 114 games, but that's in the last 6 years. That's
seasons.
Not a lot.
And it hasn't been injured. He's coming off that injury, but he wants to be able to play.
He just can't stick anywhere.
And then you get guys that keep bouncing around. I never understand the imbalance of that. Some guys maybe if it's reputation or injury or they just can't play anymore. I still feel like Isaiah could if he was given the opportunity.
But see, that's the problem. I feel like everyone's been making that argument, and I think Isaiah Thomas has been making that argument more than anybody is like, yo, man, someone gives me minutes, I can play. But again, he has been, since his last All-Star season in Boston, has been on 8 different franchises.
Wow.
You think if the guy could still play, he would have stuck somewhere.
Right.
And one of those, Mike Malone, was he here for Michael Malone?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Michael Malone's his old coach. That was one of those squads. And a lot of those teams needed help on offense, too. Man. I don't feel like IT can play anymore. That's why he wasn't on a roster last year.
How long was he in? So here to Phoenix, right? So then how long was he in Phoenix?
He played 46 total games in Phoenix.
Okay. Then
looks
Boston.
like it's spread across 2 seasons.
For Phoenix?
No.
Just one? It was the
Phoenix
14,
traded him
season.
to Boston in the first year they had him.
Okay, so it was a deadline deal in the first
He
season.
played 2.5 seasons. So 216 is the most games he played for any team. That was the Kings.
Wow. How many for Boston?
179.
Okay. He was
really
there. Good there.
He was only there for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy is he seems like he was such a fixture there. No.
In both full seasons, he made an All-Star game.
Right. Oh, and that's
and he
why.
was like third in MVP the 1 year, third or fourth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like top 5 for
Beat
sure.
John Wall and Bradley Beal, went to the conference finals. I think Avery Bradley was the second leading scorer on that team.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's played since, remember, he got drafted in 2011, so 12 years ago.
So of the 3 former Kings we mentioned, Harry Giles, Ben McLemore, Isaiah Thomas.
I'm going to go
most likely.
Ben.
Yeah, I think Harry, it's all injury concern.
Mhm.
Isaiah, I think it's some past injury. And I mean, look, unfair or not, I still think it's a height thing at parts of this. So there's a little bit of a risk in taking him, but it shouldn't be. And somehow I think Ben is just a grinder.
Ben is a grinder. He didn't play. He wasn't on an NBA team last year, but in the year before that, he played 64 games for Portland and averaged 10 points. Like, Ben is a guy that can be the 14th or 15th guy on a roster if you're just looking.
No problem.
Yeah, if you're looking for depth at the wing guard, I mean, career 36% 3-point shooter, not terrible, not great.
Bring him back to Sacramento.
Ben
it'd be his third stint in Sacramento.
Yeah,
I think
has
everyone
there been
forgot
anybody
that
for 3? I know there's been a lot of 2-timers.
there has. Who is
we
it?
had that listed. There's someone that's done 3.
There's someone that's done 3.
Are you certain?
I think so.
Because we are doing that, 2-timer list. It's Tyreek, Omri Caspi,
Bill Winnington,
Ben McLemore,
Tyrone Corbin,
Corliss, right? No,
Corliss, 2 stints. Yeah,
2 stints. Yeah.
John Salmons.
Yes.
There's someone like really recently.
Second time back.
Alex Len.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was the one. Oh, and it almost was Kent Bazemore, but he got cut.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say he did come back. Yeah.
There you go.
Could make an all second time Kings team.
What was that? I'm sorry.
So we can make an all second time Kings team.
It wouldn't be a very good one.
It wouldn't be a very good one. It wouldn't be a very good one at all. But best of luck to those guys. I root for them. I mean, they're just trying to get back in the league. I mean, John Wall's been paid. Look, the guy, if that's his desire, Harry
Carl
Jones.
Landry, 2-time King.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Where's Carl Landry these days?
I think Carl's at home.
He's at home chilling. All right, when we come back, Jay mentioned it. It is a good night to watch some things, check things out, whether it's Home Run Derby Kings and many more.
Sorry, I'm on 2-time Kings. How can we forget our very own Henry Turner?
HT!
Yes.
That's right. All right, we got that. Still crosstalk, celebrity birthdays, final half hour. That's coming your way right here on Sactown Sports.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa, Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. Well, playing last year in AAA, Brent Rooker said the last thing on his mind was making an All-Star team. Well, now he is an All-Star, named to the team as the A's representative before the last game of the most recent homestand against the White Sox, and he punctuated that announcement by blasting his 14th home run, a 441-foot shot to straightaway center field. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
The story of the nurse and the foot pain that nearly brought him down.
I feel like I'm giving people their lives back.
Robert lived to take care of his patients, but he couldn't do it unless he took care of his foot pain.
I have plantar fasciitis. It'll almost put you on your knees. That's how much it hurts.
His own recovery started when he got fitted for arch supports at the Good Feet store.
Now that I'm pain-free, I can make these people feel better.
Can't beat that. Stop by or schedule your free fitting at goodfeet.com. The universal truth of women's shoes. The cuter they are, the more they hurt.
You have to put your best foot forward, and if your best foot is an ugly shoe, oh my goodness.
Lise Ann thought she had to choose between looking good and feeling good until she got fitted for arch supports at the Good Feet store.
Now I can wear the shoes that I've picked out because I like the way they look, not because they were comfortable.
Good Feet relieved her pain and her fashion dilemma. Stop by or schedule your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton and Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Are you ready for an incredible pre-owned blowout at Elk Grove Kia? Elk Grove Kia has got you covered with over 300 used cars, SUVs, vans, and trucks available. Every single one of our vehicles has gone through an extensive 150-point inspection, so you can buy with complete confidence. We stand by our cars and offer a bring-it-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, simply return it. Worried about your credit? Don't be. At Elk Grove Kia, we have 100 years of combined experience in helping our customers get the best financing options available. Charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, no problem. Our team specializes in finding solutions for every credit situation. But before you even step foot in our dealership, let us show you what we can do for you. Give us a call or visit our website, and our dedicated team will work with you to find the perfect vehicle and the best financing options. Elk Grove Kia is your destination for incredible pre-owned deals. Visit us today at Elk Grove Kia or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smile way. Elk Grove Kia.
Sammy Hagar in the Circle. Friday, July 14th, the Lake Tahoe Outdoor Arena at Harvey's. The party you don't want to miss. Sammy Hagar. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and 8concerts.com. Don't miss Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning, Sacramento. My name is Kyle Ledbetter, and these are your Sactown Sports headlines. The Sacramento Kings play their second game in Las Vegas Summer League tonight against the Los Angeles Clippers at 7:30 p.m. on NBA TV. The Kings are 3-0 in Summer League with 2 California Classic wins and a victory on Friday in Las Vegas against Atlanta. In baseball, the MLB draft was held last night in Seattle. The Oakland Athletics selected shortstop Jacob Wilson with the 6th overall pick, and the San Francisco Giants selected high school pitcher and first baseman Bryce Eldridge with the 16th pick. Tonight at 5 p.m. is the Home Run Derby featuring MLB superstars Luis Robert, Pete Alonso, Mookie Betts, Randy Arozarena, Julio Rodriguez, and more. If you missed any of today's show, you can head to SactownSports.com and listen to all 4 hours on our podcast and YouTube feeds. Those are your headlines. It's time for the final half hour of the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Dave off this week, back with us next week. Jason Ross, JayMarrz, as we take you till 10. Whitey and Watkins in here. In our next segment, Little Celebrity Birthdays, brought to you by friends at Crumble Cookies.
Regular season debut for Whitey and Watkins.
That's right. All this other stuff was preseason, stretching, calisthenics, all that stuff. They're ready, though.
Yeah.
Today they launch, and we are ready for that, excited for that. Where are you, Jay, on movie sequels? Fan? Not a fan?
Fan
in general? I mean, It obviously depends if you like the first. Or
yes.
So they can keep making it. If you like a movie or a style of that, like, just keep going. I'm generally that way. I mean, we mentioned that earlier. You watched with your son Jurassic Park, the most recent one.
That's like the 6th one, by the way.
Yeah. Are you going to be on Mission Impossible, the new one?
Okay, so here's the thing. I saw the first one in theaters and really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a Mission Impossible
None
movie
of the rest?
since then. No.
Oh, wow, they're good.
And then I saw that this last one had like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The new one that's coming out? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think is it this week, next week? I don't know, sometime soon.
Thought it was already out, but maybe
not. And maybe it is. And then Indiana Jones? No. Because the last one was really bad.
I heard it was terrible. I didn't watch
the
it.
new one's supposed to be bad.
No, the one that was most recently came out before this one.
Okay.
Like in 2014.
Yeah.
And so like my parents went and saw it in theaters. They're like, it was so bad. And then I've heard this one is supposed to be terrible too.
Oh no, really? This one's supposed to be bad? Okay, now this one feels like certain movies, like if they keep making them every other year, it's like, okay. But this one now, I'm assuming it's the last one. I mean, thank goodness we
Mission
still
Impossible movie?
No. Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
I believe they've already said Was this
Okay.
the Dial of Doom or something?
Something like that. And I heard
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. Tom Cruise, I think, recently was quoted saying, like, look, he admires Harrison Ford. He's like, I want to keep making these till like I'm 80 if I can.
So
he's about early 60s now.
How many Mission Impossible movies are there now?
So this is part 7, part 1 that comes out this
Okay,
week.
so
wait, what's that mean?
Mission Impossible 7 is a 2-parter.
Yeah, so this is part
Did they make
1 of
both already?
7. I think they have done some of the filming, but I don't know if it's done completely.
Okay. Now there's stuff that floats online.
So we're gonna get like Mission Impossible 67 will be Tom Cruise's last one.
I think they're planning for this to be the last one of Mission Impossible, at least. Or these 2 parts are supposed to be the last Mission Impossible.
The weird part about Tom Cruise, so like he's made obviously all these Mission Impossible movies, but he was in those Jack Reacher movies where he's also
Never seen him.
He's a not exact type of character, but a guy that he's basically beating people up, and you're like, okay, wait.
So Tom Cruise has found his calling late in life as an action star, is what you're telling me.
And he does his stunts, and now again, I could be misquoting things. Stuff gets floated around the internet, but he does a lot of his own things, and I think I thought I read where one of the stunts that's coming out in this one, he filmed first just in case he didn't make it.
Really?
I think I know which one it is because they show in the trailer he drives a motorcycle off a cliff and then like paraglides down.
Yeah.
Like pulls his
And he
own
really did it.
parachute. Not only did he do it, they did it 8 times apparently.
Wow.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him?
You know, Tom Cruise is a guy that I think Tom Cruise is an adrenaline junkie. Put it
He
that
must
way.
be. I mean, like, you know what? I'll do all this. That's why we have CGI. And then really, I'm not on this motorcycle. Really, I'm not flying off this cliff. Really, I'm not gliding. Oh, man. Good for him.
Yeah, I guess.
That's not out yet, so you can't watch that. What else we can watch tonight, though, is the Kings and the Clippers in Vegas at 7:30.
The rivalry continues.
Got to get to 2-0 in Vegas, 4-0 overall. Maybe they will play a game as good as the one we saw at Staple or whatever, Crypt.com. I don't know.
I think it's about to be Staples again.
Are they getting back to Staples?
Well, the bidding is up again because Crypt went under.
Is that their power balance era?
Yes. Oh, crypto is definitely the power balance equivalent in Lakerland.
So is Staples going to get in on the cheap?
Depends. I don't know.
I'd imagine the bidding war is going to be pretty high for that facility.
I don't know if there was a bidder that was higher than Staples but less than crypto.
Yeah.
But
That's the problem, or maybe it's not with the branding of like forever. People are Arco,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Arco forever, the first naming rights arena. And then no, guys, it's power balance. No, guys, it's sleep train. it's Arco. It's
it was Arco for what 23
Yeah.
years, like
and Staples until this last year. I mean, that's about 20 years
and
old.
it's not
or
like.
more.
And by the way, those are corporate sponsors that we were giving the recognition to. So it just goes to show you, by the way, why if you are a company, you should buy naming rights to a facility early on. Like for instance,
and stick with it because when it changes, what's the is it Oracle?
It is now.
It is now,
Yeah.
but it was Pac Bell. Then it was
AT&T for
it's like-
years. AT&T is what I always remembered it as.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because Pac Bell, I think it switched to AT&T pretty quickly.
Okay.
But like for instance, right now, Golden One Center.
Yeah.
I can't imagine not calling it Golden One Center.
Right.
It's already been that for this 7 years. This will be year 8.
But at
G1C.
some point, I'm guessing maybe it won't be Golden One Center.
Right, but won't it like
That'll be weird when it's
but that's my point. I feel like let's say after this year, G1C's done, right? Golden One's like, nah, we're not into this anymore. And it becomes
the Netflix Center.
Yeah, the Netflix Center.
Oh man.
Like, dude, we're calling it the Golden One Center.
Yeah.
Although the Netflix Center would be interesting.
I'm trying to think of G1C has just been.
How's
it's in our
Apple never had naming rights to a U.S. stadium?
Because it's really bad investments for businesses. Like there's no economic evidence that shows that they actually make money by sponsoring stadium deals.
That's with most sponsorships, though.
Branding,
Across
though,
anything.
feels so powerful.
No, the branding's super powerful, and that's the whole point.
I'm not more likely to buy Petco because of the baseball stadium I grew up in, though. It just is called Petco. Like, it has brand recognition, and a lot of people do it for clout and like putting their name on a building like that, but it doesn't actually lead to any monetary value.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that the curious nature that advertisers are always still trying to chase. Like, look, we have advertisements here. We have sponsors. I have an endorsement. Like, it's to get you to go to ACR Solar. It's to get you to buy this car. But, you know, when we see images on TV, like earlier we were watching something, you're like, this wants to keep America fat, but it was like a burger company. Won't say which one. But I may not buy that burger now, but then later I'm like, hey, you know, hamburger sounds good. Now, did that get me at $6.15, or did I just really want a hamburger?
I mean, it's like any other advertisement. It's for brand recognition, but also there's a lot of different features that comes with that, and the tie-ins. It's not just, hey, our name's on the building.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different promotions the Sacramento Kings do with Golden One Center, for instance.
For sure.
Like, if you have a Golden One account, you get 10% off in the team store. Those are like, there's little things, and you can learn more about the program. Like, that's where I push back on, like, there's no value to it. No, there's a ton of value to it.
Part of those naming rights deal, I mean, everyone knows the naming rights deal, but you get a certain number of television commercials and radio commercials as part of the package that you're buying.
Yeah. But does it get people into the bank? I don't know how you quantify that, but maybe it does. Inherently, you just don't know.
It's like, well, again, that's why I'm saying it's like any other commercial in any other form or medium.
Yeah.
It's to bring attention to it, bring attention to whatever their features are and what they're trying to get you in on.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's definitely the idea that there's no return on it is silly.
Yeah, but the economic data has shown that there's not a great return on it, because if there was, more companies would be sponsoring these stadium deals, like a Netflix, or I guess Amazon does have the one in Seattle.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, like, again, when you have there's a reason why they still do it. I mean, it's not everything you can turn to is always going to be a dollar by dollar profit.
Yeah.
Again, the brand recognition and all of that speaks volumes. I can speak volumes 10 years down the line.
What's the home run derby tonight? It's sponsored, isn't it? Like AT&T?
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile home run derby.
Dude, is there anything in sports now that's like not sponsored?
You're missing an opportunity,
I'm surprised that like we haven't gotten to the point where, and I think we will get to this. It's the first quarter brought to you by such and such.
Yeah.
I know WWE just did this with WrestleMania, where it's like almost like a ton of matches were sponsored. It was like the Mountain Dew such and such match, because it's like you could sponsor anything now.
Yeah. It's smart to do that. So tonight, check out the Kings and Clippers home run derby.
We're about to say the name of a bunch of stupid celebrities and what their birthday is. And guess what?
Crumble Cookies.
We have a sponsor.
Yes. Because it's smart. You can make it happen. What else were we missing? You said there was a bunch of stuff to watch tonight. Am I missing something
just Summer League and the Derby.
Yeah.
I mean, on a, random July 10th, that's pretty good sports night.
It is pretty good when it's technically been deemed as one of the slowest sports weeks of the year, because baseball is shut down for a couple days. You do have the Derby tonight, the All-Star game after that. Then they get a couple days off before the second half resumes. Summer League is going on. Kings and Clippers tonight in Las Vegas at 7:30. All right, we will take the break. When we come back, yes, we will have crosstalk with Whitey and Watkins and the aforementioned celebrity birthdays, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Our final segment, that is next here on Sactown Sports.
The Kings are running it back.
Hammers it off the dribble against Gobert, and he was fouled. Oh, my, what a take that time by Domantas Sabonis. Eludes Gobert. Nice draw. Two-hand flush off the dribble. Thrown down by Trey Lyles.
And welcoming some new faces.
Yes. Toby Jones with 2 more. Now they go to Duarte in the corner for 3, and he rains it down.
Keep it locked on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
At Fisher Investments, our clients know we have their backs.
How do your clients know that?
Because Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interests first.
So wait, you do it because you have to?
No, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Our clients trust us with their retirement savings, and we know how important that responsibility is. So we take the time to really get to know them.
Get to know them how?
We make sure we understand their unique goals, finances, health, family, and lifestyle, so we can tailor their portfolio to their specific needs. Our goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Sounds like a big responsibility. You must make big commissions then, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We have one single transparent fee that's structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments, Clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Boot Barn honors a Western legacy built by those who persevere through resourceful determination. Ariat honors that same legacy by bringing innovative technology to classic pieces. Driven by a dedication to the craft, Ariat blends timeless Western artistry with advanced performance features for the modern cowboy and rodeo athlete. Out west, ingenuity is second to none. Ariat at Boot Barn.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Y'all ready to do it again, Sacramento? Country in the Park 2 is coming to Heart Health Park at Cal Expo Saturday, September 9th with Cole Swindell, Chris Jansen, Dylan Scott, and more. Plus, a mechanical bull, line dancing saloon, and all the food. Tickets start at $40 or grab your Coors Light Y'all Access passes for $125. For more info, visit SactownSports.com. Country in the Park 2, brought to you by Hoblet Dodge, E2 Family Winery, and Hyatt Vacation Club.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf is the only sport where elite athletes can compete fairly against players with less talent when both give maximum effort. The handicap system takes into account the differences in skill levels as well as the difficulty of the course to properly allocate handicap strokes to ensure as even a match as possible. Of course, it's dependent on the integrity of the players' posting scores, which has not changed since the first rudimentary attempts in the 17th century. Today, handicaps are given with a tenth of a stroke. In the 18th century, the golfer's manual described 4 handicap options. Third one stroke every 3 holes. Half one, a stroke every 2 holes. One more, a stroke a hole, and 2 more, 2 strokes a hole. There was plenty of pre-round negotiating before settling, with many matches being won or lost on the first tee before the first ball was struck. The term handicap did not enter golf lexicon until the 1870s. The term originates from a popular pub trading game known as hand-in-cap. Post your scores and keep a handicap. It keeps the playing field level. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories,
hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Oh, I want to be first.
How long is it uncomfortable now? Too long?
Yeah, it's a little.
Okay.
Jump the shark in about 17 seconds or so.
We are getting ready, guys, for the debut. Yeah. What was just going on? This is the debut of Whitey and Watkins.
Whitey and Watkins.
Was that preseason? That's what we were saying.
Yeah,
absolutely. Summer League ball.
Preseason, summer league, all that. Yeah.
You guys are ready?
Actually, it was more like the combine. Right, Chris?
Yeah, my 40
That's
times
true.
looking great, but yeah, it's been fun. It's been
How was your guys' shuttle run?
To be honest with you, I can't tell you what that is.
Yeah, we were told not to talk about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
secret numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 cone drills.
Yeah.
Vertical.
Withholding
That stuff.
medical.
Man, if we had a media combine, that would be scary.
Oi.
Were you a part of that?
Never
Whitey,
put that out there.
I'm trying to think what year that was.
I don't believe I was.
You don't remember? Let me see. What year did the Rise guys first come to then KHDK?
1999.
Wow. So you guys were responsible for the Kings playoff run.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, not pretty much. Yes. Pardon me. Yes.
99. Okay, so there was Adelman's. Okay, no. So this would have been Gary St. Jean.
Okay.
Was the coach, but he literally had like I guess Mike Brown had a little bit of this last year. You might have been there for that. Were you there for the media day for Mike Brown that he couldn't put the media through?
Yes, I wasn't there for that exact day, but yeah, I that was the only day that I actually missed practice. And
what's happening over there?
My headset just completely snapped into my headphones just snapped into the.
That's a good omen.
The debut show.
So, yeah.
My goodness.
It's in there. It's really in there. So
okay.
Sorry, Kyle. I'm not going to be able to.
Maybe you guys could stick around and do another couple hours.
Yeah,
Yes, I think so. Don't worry, Chris. I'll just pop
it's
on.
fine.
I guess it was similar to what Mike Brown did, but years ago, Gary St. Jean did that where he brought all the media in there, and then we kind of went through the drills that they did.
I was very jealous.
Who won?
Incredibly jealous of that.
I don't know that anybody won.
Stan Atkinson?
I will say this. I felt honored. I was picked second. Like there was a draft. Wow. I was picked by Team Mitch Richmond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Mitch pick you?
Yeah. Picked second to be on his team. Walt
That's
Williams, I think, was his coach. I don't remember those two were coaches. I don't remember the other team, but they picked Derek Dickey. I mean.
Oh, yeah. They beat you handily, didn't they?
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, I would have.
I think Marty McNeil was on my team.
Oh, well.
Might have been smoking while we were playing.
I was going to say, slow motion drills.
What's coming up?
I'm sorry, just real quick. My favorite media day memory from the Kings is remember Louis Amundsen? Do you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's standing there, and it was Musselman's first practice. And remember, they had all those signs all over
that nobody really understood.
Yeah,
like, okay.
and I remember going to Louis Amundsen. I go, "Hey, what do those mean?" And he, with his arms folded, he goes, "I don't have the slightest idea." And I said, "Well, good luck." He goes, "Yeah, thank you."
It's supposed to be motivation for you guys, but apparently wasn't.
First media day, the first person I ever got to interview, and it was more of a scrum. And it was still it was that day I knew, like, oh, this guy has got no clue about life. Hassan Whiteside.
Oh, yeah.
And they're asking him, like, yo, Hassan, what was your summer like? You know, how'd you prep? I really was just playing video games all summer. I didn't play a lot of basketball. I'm like, yeah, it shows.
Yeah, he was rough.
He tried to block every shot. No matter where he was and where the guy was who shot it, he was trying to block.
I remember in Vegas, so he was one of the guys in Summer League that did get the 10 fouls. Like, he would foul out with 10 fouls. He'd get 10 fouls, 10 blocks, 14 goaltends. But he was
the first guy ever to get 10 fouls and foul out of a Summer League game? It was against the Kings.
You know this?
Yes.
Is this true?
Yes.
I don't know.
It was Andrea Bargnani.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
Oh. We don't have a great career.
Should have known he was a flop right then and there.
Number
I
one
don't
pick.
know. Was he a flop?
Yeah. He sucked.
I don't like it. I don't like calling him a flop.
Only because of where he was
He had a
drafted.
career.
Yeah, he had.
See, like I always
So
say,
did, like, Michael Candy.
No, but he had a career. Oliver Candy had a career. People say he's a bust. I think he had a career.
No, he's a bust too, but he had a career.
I guess you can call him a flop. A bust. I don't. I'm less okay with calling him.
There's should have busted a flop.
That's the new flop.
I think a flop is like just not as spectacular. Like, he might still be a player, but he's not as spectacular as we all thought.
Like Carmichael Dave, is he a flop or a bust?
That's a great question.
What's a combination of that?
A flush.
Okay, so like Joe Smith, kind of a flop.
Huh. Ultimately, sure. Yeah.
Till a couple years ago, I would have said Andrew Wiggins is a flop.
Oh, yeah, but no.
Andrew Wiggins has bounced back.
Joe Smith, though, was responsible for the revival of the Minnesota Timberwolves, because when they had to
Joe Smith was responsible.
Yeah, because
They traded
everything
him.
they got for him.
Yeah. They got Herschel Walker, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Exactly.
Too soon.
Some of the names in Bargnani's draft: Aldridge Lamarcus was the 2 pick. Then you had Brandon Roy, the 6 pick, and JJ Redick, the 11 pick. Not a very good draft class.
What's coming up on the show today, guys?
Today, in honor of the Home Run Derby, I'm going to share my sworn duty to make this young man a baseball fan. And as part of that today, of course, lots on the Kings and Summer League and Wemby's debut in the in-season tournament. But I'm going to share some of my favorite the very best home run stories of all time, including the absolute indisputable best home run story of all time. We have that today.
You think that's going to work on Chris Watkins?
It's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's been established I'm a home run guy. So.
Okay, so you're going to the right area.
Yeah. So it's going to be, a little bit here, a little bit there. It's going to take a while.
It is going to take a while.
I don't think that by, the end of the season, he's going to be, let's go.
But you chipped away at it. You'll just keep working
That's
on
my
it.
plan.
Do you have like a team you're even a casual of, or?
Not really. I try and follow players as well as I can. I've tried in the past 3 or 4 years to hop on the Blue Jays bandwagon just because they have a lot of fun players.
Canada.
The White Sox I tried to hop on, but I just
the White Sox.
These teams aren't even in baseball anymore.
No, I like Tim Anderson, Luis Robert. Intrigued me. Tim too.
Yeah.
Just didn't quite work out.
You got a White Sox and a Blue Jay in the Derby
I'm a
tonight.
big Vladdy guy. Vladdy could be my guy.
Maybe at some point we should all try to pitch Chris individually on joining the fan base of our teams.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because Padres, Dodgers,
Yankees.
Don't join the
Padres.
Padres. Don't do it. Just
already tried
don't
the
do it.
Giants and didn't work out. A's, I won't even give a chance.
That's smart.
That's a whole different story.
Dodgers.
A's on pace
I'm
to
good.
be what I heard you guys talking about 42 and
42.
120?
Well, on their way.
Exactly
Good,
right.
or
Yeah.
is that a bus? Or
It would win.
Listen,
It could win the baseball cup.
Gets them a good lottery position for the draft.
They'll
That's
get
Cleveland
Wembanyama.
Spiders. You ever heard of the Cleveland?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the worst of all time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, hopefully you enjoy the Derby tonight. Derby's fun.
Yeah, it's always a great time. I remember, Josh Hamilton hitting 40 home runs or whatever it was in one round. That was probably the last home run derby.
Then I think he had 0 after that.
He did, yeah, he did. But it was a good round. Good round.
Very memorable. Hey, guys, it's time for the celebrity birthdays.
Yeah!
Brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies.
Agreed.
Have a crumble, they're so good. We your taste buds wish you would. Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday on this, what's today, July 10th, to Antonio Brown.
Oh, AB.
jeez.
35?
Does he know it's his birthday?
34.
No.
Oh, AB.
Oh, wait, no, he definitely knows it's his
Okay.
birthday. Actually.
Does he have a
That's
big
great
party
point.
and no one comes, like in draft day? His teammates will show up.
By the way, big draft day guy.
Yeah.
The movie with Kevin
The movie?
Costner.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
That
he
is a-
actually likes it.
Wait, I just got a total look of disgust from Whitey.
It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I'll say that.
Good. Yes. That's a win. I'm not saying
he's
it's the best. 35? That sounded with confidence.
I'll say 34.
I started 35. I win 34.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean?
33?
33, 33, 34, 35. We have a correct answer. It is 35.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my first guess.
Champion.
Happy
Trust your
birthday.
instincts, kids.
Happy birthday to Jessica Simpson.
Oh, JS.
Yes.
Homer's daughter.
Art's sister, yes.
Yes.
OJ's, actually.
Yes. I was gonna
Wow,
go there.
Jason, not okay.
What?
Only know her from Tony Romo.
37.
I think she's 40 now.
Remember when her dating Tony Romo was like the biggest thing in the world?
Was.
That's the only thing I know her from. Is
Remember
that.
when her and Nick Lachey had a marriage?
No.
It was
No,
all
I
over.
know.
It was all over the TV. It was like one of the original reality shows. Nick and Jessica.
I'll
I'm gonna
say
go 40.
I'll say 43.
40?
We have a correct answer. 43.
Nice.
You know you're Jessica
Come on.
Simpson.
You guys
Big J Sims.
know who she's married to now?
Not a
Yes.
single.
Former San Francisco 49er.
Vernon Davis. No.
Same position.
Yeah.
Oh,
George Kittle.
That's
Mike Kofer, of course.
That would be an interesting look. Eric Johnson.
Oh.
Yeah. Sure.
Isn't it Johnson?
Johnson, yes. Eric Johnson.
Happy birthday to Sofia Vergara.
Oh, yeah. Jay's wife.
22.
Easy.
As far as I'm concerned.
Sophia. 48?
I don't want to hear it because I don't want to, she's
46.
Big 5-0.
You want to guess?
No, I don't want to ruin it.
51.
Wow.
It's
51
incredible
for Sophia.
It's incredible.
Happy
Jesus,
birthday
absolutely
to
incredible.
former 49er Roger Craig.
Ah,
Man.
former Kings advisor Roger Craig.
Yes.
Oh, No? No. I should have known that.
Oh, Raj. That's what I call it. 62.
60.
I'll say 58. Yeah.
56.
63 for Roger Craig.
Okay.
And two more here. The Hawk, Andre Dawson.
Ah, yes.
I used to love Andre Dawson.
You hate him now?
Yes.
He was awesome. During the collusion, he went to the Cubs and he's like, here, I want to play for you. Here's a blank check. Fill it out, and I will play for that amount. And they wrote $500,000 in there. And that's when they were guilty of collusion. Eventually, I think he got a whole lot of money. He's like, I'm begging them. Just sign me. Just fill out the amount.
$3.
Yeah, yeah.
See, big birthday, 70.
70.
71.
I was going to say 65, but
63. Also, he owns a funeral home in Florida now.
There you go. 69.
That's close.
And lastly, Urban Meyer.
oh, jeez.
Everybody's fave.
130.
Herbs. Herbs. 58.
Say too old to be hanging out in the bars that he was hanging out in.
63.
Yeah, man, I hope he's not that old and in those bars. Let's say
It's his bar.
It doesn't make that almost makes it worse. We'll say 58.
He is 59.
Oh!
Urban Meyer.
Okay.
All right, that's it for us,
Herbs.
guys. Have a great show.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sell Chris on baseball.
Yes,
We'll
Working
get
on
done.
it.
Working on
All
it.
right.
I need to get myself
You know,
some headphones.
baseball needs to sell Chris on baseball.
Exactly. Baseball needs to
Yeah,
sell
I
us
was
all.
thinking-
For Kyle, for Jay, I'm Jason. Whitey and Watkins.
Woohoo!
It's next here on
Thank
Sactown
you.
Sports.
It's Whitey and Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Just in general, I don't want to see a no-hitter. I would.
In general? Yes. You Are want to be kidding part of me? history?